fuck. There we go. Here we go. What's the motherfucking deal, man? I just hopped out the shower late as hell. You know, I'm trying to get fresh for this fresh ass motherfucking news that we dropping tonight. But man, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. No, I have not started back getting high. My eyes are just red for some odd reason. Maybe I got hard shower water or something. Who fucking knows? But what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. Welcome all the friends of the den. If you're not familiar with the den is the best conversation on the internet. I'm glad all of you could join tonight, man. You know how it goes down at the end. If you're new to it, welcome. If you've been here, you know how we do. We're going to talk about the Jussie Smollett story. I know some of y'all like, Honcho, goddamn, I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of talking about the motherfucker too, but goddamn, we got to follow the story to the motherfucking end. We started it. We started this shit. We're going to finish this shit just like A-Ball and MJG. There's a lot to talk about, though, because there's been some breaking news, and some of this is in line with some of the shit I was talking about the other day when I talk about Hollywood actors and Lee Daniels and a bunch of shenanigans. But before we get into any of that, man, we got to talk about the most important thing that's happening. And the most important thing is, man, fuck all that news. It's you, the great friends of the den. So let's see who we have joining us this evening. I don't even got the chat bot up. I'm telling you, I was running late trying to get it all together. You know, and it was Valentine's Day. You know how I go down. No, I'm just fucking with you. So let's see who we got joining us this evening. Oh, get off top chat, live chat. Let's get in it to fucking win it. Heidi, I guess the new queen of the den. She has the most fucking time now. Mark Gutierrez, what's the motherfucking deal? Beyond a funny nigga, always good to see you. Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Eastside Harold, what's the motherfucking deal? Thought you clicked the lovely T.I. video. Yeah, no, goddamn it. Strawberry 32, what's the motherfucking deal? Thorny Dig, hey, what's the motherfucking deal? Is there beer? Who brought the beer? Somebody brought a 6-pack. Gene Woods, what's the motherfucking deal? Berkeley Boss, what's the motherfucking deal? Roman, always good to see you. Cassie Fox, what's the motherfucking deal? Jeremiah, hope you brought some macaroni. Dr. Rabbit, good to see you. Vincent, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Let's see. Let me see. Kenneth, you got school tomorrow, Kenneth? Goddamn, you got homework and shit? You know, I know some of the kids out, so I'm gonna let you make it. Man Things, what's the motherfucking deal, Man Things? And hope I ain't missed nobody. Ain't trying to diss nobody. Do we? What's the motherfucking deal? I can't even say that. You make me think of Ricky Tikki Tavi. Ricky. Lyric Northside. Taylor Livestream. Oh shit, unsubscribe? No, bitch ass nigga, but you forgot to unsubscribe, but your ass in the motherfucking shit. Like, come on, what kind of dumb shit is that? Like, you wasted time to make a fucking comment, but you still up in this bitch. Get your dumb ass up out of here then. Goofy ass. Donnie Brasco, what's the motherfucking deal? Jordan Henley, what's the motherfucking deal? V Darko, what's the motherfucking deal? Like, I'm supposed to be upset. I forgot to unsubscribe, and it just say you the dumb ass, not me. Like, what the fuck that you doing what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Cool Amber, what's the motherfucking deal? And that's what it is, man. So let's get into it. So let's talk about it. Are we gonna bore? I mean, I've never watched Empire, so I guess I can't boycott if I never participated, right? Or did I like start boycotting before it ever happened? I don't even know. But the bot should be alive and kicking. So, you know, I know y'all want to check out Pistachio accounts and all that good stuff. You should be good to go. Florence the Bear, what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome. Man, yeah, I'm telling you, like, don't be surprised if, you know, man, look, but you in here, so I appreciate you boosting up my stats. You know what I'm saying? I thought, don't you do a gaming channel? You must not be good at gaming because you in here pumping up my stats, you know what I'm saying, instead of doing your own thing. But it's all good, man. So here's the deal. Rob Myers, what's the motherfucking deal? I hope everybody's doing fine and dandy. Let me make sure I'm on the right network and we all good to Gucci go. So here's the deal. You know, obviously somebody's upset because, you know, his favorite show about to get canceled. So here's the deal, man. I don't know. You can leave me in. I don't care if they talking shit, because like I say, the more shit they talk is just the more fucking, every time they type a line, the better it looks good for the stats. So I ain't even tripping on that. Scott Lauderdale, what's the motherfucking deal? But let's talk about it, man. So apparently now people are going to say, well, hey, the Chicago police have not confirmed those reports. That doesn't mean that they're denying the reports. You know what I'm saying? Here's what, you know what I'm saying? They're not denying the reports. Okay. He said a digital beer. Let me check that out. Bet. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. I appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, a good old Bush, brother. That's what I'm talking about. I get Subway at 3 a.m., but I smoke a lot of weed. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Have you ever been attacked on your way to Subway or coming back? I don't know. But so what's come out, because it's been a reporter that I've been following since the very beginning of this situation. And he's a Chicago local. And so he's been kind of reporting on, what's been going on. And so basically, says some sources have come out and said that the Chicago police have had some persons of interest, two Nigerians who have been affiliated with the show Empire. And the other day I was saying that, man, wouldn't put it past them if they set the whole thing up. You're talking about actors. You're talking about guys who apparently work and live in Chicago, so they must have actors from that area. So I would not be surprised if it happened, and then, wow, what happens? You know what I mean? Like, and so they're saying that they found some bleach. Smoking, every house has bleach, but affiliated with them. And so that's the crazy shit. Like, that's what I say. So they've actually worked on the show Empire. The guys that they have checked out, they said that they raided a house nearby. But the funny thing about it is that these guys that same day or evening of the attack or whatever left hours later on a plane to Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Yeah, that's who it is. Elgas. That's the one I'm following. Yeah, that's what I'm in. Rob Elgas, something like that. And so, and like I say, I was kind of looking at it. I was just like, okay, very interesting. But what he was saying. Now, they said, that police have not confirmed that, this is, but again, if there's an ongoing investigation, they're not going to all of a sudden say, oh, we know this and we're going to make it that Jussie's a criminal. Of course, they're not going to say that. They're going to continue until they have the facts in line to go ahead and say, okay, bam, now he's a criminal. Now we're going to press it, because if they did that too soon and weren't able to put together a solid case, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? So exactly. And that's why he's talking about, when he did his interview today, I had personal information in there. Man, them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about your personal information. Like, they don't, like, that's ego. You know what I'm saying? You're too concerned about your own shit. I got, co-workers, but you think they finna fucking call, what's her name? They're gonna call Terrence Howard. Hey, man. Hey, Terrence, we got your number. This is Chicago police. It's hard out here for a pimp, ain't it? Like, what the fuck? They gonna prank call it? They're like, what the fuck? They don't give a fuck. If they wanted to get a hold of them motherfuckers, man, they could have got a hold of them motherfuckers. So like I said, I don't put anything past Lee Daniels. He's already shown that he's a suspect ass dude. I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the conversation with making this happen. I don't think Jussie's bright enough to put it all together himself. You know what I mean? I think that Lee Daniels, and that's why he was FaceTiming with him, because you already know that they have a similar lifestyle. You know what I mean? And so my thing is that with them having that similar lifestyle, they're gonna look out for each other. Now, they said there were rumors of Jussie possibly getting written out the show, and that might be why. I don't think that's the case. Empire and all the people, they've come out and said there was never any talk of him getting written out the show. I don't think it has anything to do. All right. Okay. I'm live. Man, y'all might have to refresh if you look. They trying to get me. I'm live. I'm live. You see me? Can you see me? I'm live. But nah, on some real shit, man, like, I think it's more promotion. I don't think it had to do with anything about him getting kicked off the show. Again, Lee Daniels is going to look out for Jussie. Jussie going to look out for Lee Daniels. And I think that they might be in cahoots together. This is just my personal opinion. You say no one talking about Astroworld might be coming back. I believe it when I see it, man. I'm not giving Travis Scott credit for Astroworld yet. But ultimately, man, my thing is, again, and it's not about the yeah, they try to hit me with the work, man. And here's my thing, like, I don't care about him being gay. I'm just saying that Lee Daniels is big on some of that shit. Lee Daniels is a very conniving guy, and it is what it is. But yeah, it's a whole funny thing. So my thing is, they talking about, they said it MAGA country and all this other shit. Like, man, stop all that bullshit. You had the neighbors come out and say, hey, fuck that. It's not that MAGA country shit. You had the motherfucking you had people from around there. You've had people call into the Den from Chicago, from that area. And we'll have the Den line open here in just a second. So, you guys can, you can call in, express your thoughts, whatever y'all want to spill on the line. So probably about 5 minutes here, we'll open up the Den line. And, we'll make sure that you guys can call in, express your thoughts, speak your mind on what you want to speak your mind on again. So here's my deal, though. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Like, if this is everything that they're saying, they had some pictures and some other things that were attached to it, man, like, we gotta say, it's just too many holes in this case. I was talking about the interview before we got before the stream got teabagged. Fucking Xfinity bagged. But the whole thing, I don't buy into that. The man is a trained actor. So you think that I'm buying these crocodile tears? Absolutely not. You think I'm buying these almost staged quotes? Absolutely not. What took so long? You were back doing shows and doing everything else. I know you back filming Empire, but it ain't been that long. You were doing all this other stuff. You could have came out and said, well, he's already came out, but you could have did an interview a long time ago when the shit was happening and justified a whole bunch of shit. The phone records, man. You really think the cops are going to accept your own version of here? Well, I don't want you to have this information. Well, why? What are you hiding? That shit makes you fucking look suspect, man. Like, it just makes you look suspect. Like, I mean, here, either you want this case solved or you don't want this case solved. Oh yeah, they said they're interviewing the people now, and right now they got 2 Nigerians probably in some room at the Chicago Police Department. All we want is the green cards. I will tell you everything you need to know. Green card, and you get your information, and case closed. But the thing about it is, my thing is, Yone, what's the motherfucking deal? My thing is, man, who? No, that's the same dude. He's been like in every comment section. TKC says, I'm hating on Jussie because he's gay. Even though if you look at most of the videos that I've done about this, I don't even make it a big deal about him being gay. I don't even talk about him being gay because that's not an issue. The reason why I don't believe it is because if you put the timeline, the facts together, if you just look and you piece these pieces of the puzzle together, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't give a shit that he's gay. That has nothing to do with anything. That's the thing exactly, that he's lying. Like, my problem with this issue is not about gay, it's not about black, it's not about none of this shit. It's just like, come on, man. There are problems in America. Let's be real. There are problems in America, but this shit is false. Like, let's stop overinflating the shit, because then what you do is you stoke the fires of the fear of these people who really don't ever go outside. They just watch a bunch of shit on the internet, or they look for problems all over. Let me tell you something, man. Donnie Brasco, appreciate the love. Say, I'm just some irrelevant snow chimp Trump supporter from Canada. Thanks for the great cover. Subscribe. Screw fake hate crimes and deliberate division. It hurts everyone. MAGA country. Man, appreciate the love there, Donnie Brasco, man. Shout out to Canada. Our brother to the north. Man, I agree. I think the cops been like, the cops have been cautious about the information that they're putting out there. Why would they sit here and say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's going on? Then he can either try to alter his story or try to make plans to switch shit up. But again, they're going to keep baiting him. They're going to keep baiting him into, here, provide more information, basically walling himself into a hole. You know what I mean? And that's basically what's going on with that whole situation. So let him do what he wants to do. Let him keep saying, what he's saying. He can try to go out there and appeal to the court of public opinion. But if none of this shit makes sense, man. Again, like I say, the people who live and work in that area have called to this show, have called into the Den, and basically said, hey, this is what's going on in the neighborhood. This is what people are saying around that area. This is what people in the city of Chicago were saying. Now, of course, the news has to put out a certain narrative because they have to appear to be a certain way. But You've seen, hey, rumblings in the back rooms of the police department supposedly are saying this. Sources to these newscasters who basically have their jobs on the line. Hey, this is what's being said, offline or off the air, a lot of different things. And again, even without all of this, if you've existed on this planet for 15 to 20 years, have a little bit of common sense and able to put two and two together, and you listen to this story, you've ever interacted with another human being on this planet, you say, hey, this doesn't make sense what's going on here. This story seems a little bit fabricated. This story coming from a guy who openly, blatantly hates Trump. Celebrities, they have these egos. They think everybody in the world knows them. I honestly didn't know who Jussie was until this story. And the reason why I got onto this story was because it's another one of those things about, the device, and it's about, because when there are real instances of situations that are taking place in society, let's give those stories the credit that they deserve. You have a dozen plus police officers dedicated just to this Jussie case when there's other crimes going on throughout Chicago that need to be tended to. So, all around the city, there are other people not getting the justice they deserve because this guy has manipulated this story. And so the fact that he's manipulated this story is not only drawing a bunch of attention to him, but it's causing harm throughout the city because other criminals or whoever, are able to get away with stuff because you have detectives, you have whomever dedicated to this case until it gets solved. Exactly. A huge drain of resources. Appreciate that, Red S. So my thing is this, man. Beyond, you already know how I go. I love ladies. I like hoes, but I hate the bitches. You already know how I go. But man, my thing is, who was that? Lady Tempest. Good evening. Anyway, me and Lady Tempest, we had a disagreement, but she seems like a nice young lady. So, welcome to the den. Welcome to the live stream. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So this is what we're going to do just to prove old TKC. And I want TKC to stay and I want him to keep chatting because every time he chats again, it makes the stream look good. So we're going to open up the Denline, man. And again, a lot of new information. Give me a second. Actually, I don't have the thing open. Give me 15 seconds here so I can make sure everything is copacetic. But that's funny. Called a $2 show. We just got a $10 donation. Ain't that a bitch? What kind of shit is that? Oh, poor TKC. But hey, you must not have anything to do. So welcome to the den. Everybody's welcome. We're all friends in the den, no matter how angry or upset you may be. Okay, yeah, you can call into the den if you guys have something you want to add to the story, something you want to speak on. And again, it doesn't even have to be necessarily about this particular story. You know how we do in the den. Whatever's on your mind is fine, and we'll talk about it, until it's that time. So again, so my thing here is, yeah, you can text in. If you don't want to call in, you also can feel free to, you can feel free to text in. If you don't want to call in, I know certain people get, nervous, but you can't call in. But here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. Oh, I guess I got to cut that off. Oh, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's your boy, Roman.
Roman, what's the motherfucking deal, Roman? What do you want to drop at the den tonight, man?
Man, like I say, shout out to you, man. Good family, man. It's good to hear from y'all, man. Oh, let me talk about this situation real quick, man. This is just a Smollett shit, bro. Oh, God. I'm not going to take too long, bro, but what's I say? First of all, don't ever call yourself a gay Tupac. That's just disrespect to one of the rap gods. I always say this to my sister and my mom. I say, when you disrespect one of the rap gods, you never get heard of ever again. Look at Lil Van. Look at Rich Homie Quan. When Rich Homie Quan fucked up biggest verse with Lil Kim. Have you heard of him? Lil Van. When he said Tupac was born. Have you heard of him? Don't ever disrespect the god of hip-hop. You just don't do that, man. So first of all, that's already black. Number one. Number two, bro, Empire's been trash since season one. And I totally agree with you when you say this I think, has Empire and Fox, this Empire has let you kind of like, let's do publicity stunt and say, let's say I got attacked. So if you say, oh my God, I feel so bad, just let me go watch Empire just to have my support. Man, the story don't make fucking sense, bro. Like, you want me to feel sympathy for you just because you're black? No, B. No. I don't, because you know what? You're making up fake lies, and you didn't need to believe something that ain't true. And don't fool me like that. Because I remember when I first seen the star, I'm thinking, man, I feel bad for Justin, man. I thought he sang, like I said, Empire Season 1 was good. A couple songs he sung wasn't that bad. I know that he's gay. I don't hate gay people. I know it. But after that, man, forget you, bro. Forget you, man. And then now the police asking you to hold on your phone because you allegedly say on Good Morning America you were on your phone, but you don't want to give up your phone because you have privacy on that. This is fake. That's why. You know it ain't real. It's stupid, bro. You're just carrying off something that ain't real, man. And like I said, I think this is a main story. I would say this is because he's gay. Like I said, I had no problem with gay people. I have a couple gay people in my family. It's just, look, I think because he's gay, why this is in media, and this is getting talked about. This will goddamn Rashawn Johnson from goddamn West Side. This nigga want to get talked about. You know what I mean? So he don't get talked about on the news. He got attacked by two Nigerians or two Trump supporters. Come on, bro. But since he's gay, and since he's in the Hollywood, he gets that shit. But I think he's deep. He fucking with Lee Daniels, for God's sake. You know Lee Daniels up in all of that, bro. Yeah. So I don't really get all that still tension for me, man. Because your story don't make sense. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying. You just dragging off people and keep making people believe this when they ain't real, man. Because your facts don't make sense, man.
I'm gonna say, Rom, I don't know what's going on, but it's like you kind of sounding real, real low. I see some people saying they could barely hear you. I'm not sure.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, but just don't do that, man. Your story not making sense, And it's annoying that you keep dragging it on, So that's how I feel, man. How you feel, Honcho? How you feel? You agree?
Man, my thing is, I wanted to. If he continues to drag it on, cool. Because like I said, I just want the evidence to add up. So all the people who are sitting here saying, "Oh, there's no way. It's not this. It's not that." I want it to be proven, and if I'm wrong, and if it gets, I'll be more than happy to sit here and do a whole stream of crow eating. I'll go see if I can find me a real crow. I'll cook him up in the oven, put him on 350 for a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? Put a little slap your mom on there, little Tony Sasseries, all that good shit, and eat that shit, on stream. But like I said, my deal is this: I don't believe it, and I want him to continue to paint himself in that corner. And then once they have evidence, I want them to charge him because they done made such a spectacle out of this whole fucking situation that they need to make an example out of his motherfucking ass. And that's how I feel about that.
I think he's a poster head, man. I think he's just a poster head for this gay agenda. I think he's this, believe me because of this, man. I don't want to hear that, man. And before I get off, man, I kind of go, not off topic, it kind of relates to this, but I was watching that Steve Harvey and Monique talk, man. I agree with Monique the whole way, bro. I think Monique just don't want to play into that agenda, bro. So she was talking about Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and who was Lee Daniels, man. All three of them, they three rich black people, man. They to be that rich and that tough and have that much say so in Hollywood, you're doing some weird. So I 100% agree with most of the things. But that's on topic. That's another topic, but Honcho, man, thank you for having me on the show, bro, man. Thank you for taking my call, man. It's your boy, Roman. I'm out, man.
Already, Roman, man. Appreciate the call there, man. Already. Let me fix this part real quick. I know y'all saying y'all having a little trouble, but he was basically saying that, he agrees. He feels like that. What's his name is a figurehead, and he's just representing some bullshit. And, they're promoting because he's gay. They're using that as promotional material. Probably Fox might be a little bit behind it too. You know what I'm saying? And that is just a bunch of shenanigans, man. So again, man, hey, shout out to Man Things. Appreciate the super chat love. Man Things said $20 show. Someone start a GoFundMe for TKC. Get that boy some milk. Get him some milk. But my thing is this. What y'all dropping threes for? Y'all doing bad. What happened to the trumpets? Heidi, what happened to El Chacal? The Chacal. But again, man, my thing is this, man. A vote on Tony is a slap your mama. Let me see if I can whip that up. Hold on. Give me a second. I know there's a way to do a damn poll. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. But see, my thing again, like I say, with this whole situation, and let me see, make sure the audio is straight on that. Okay. And again, if you want to call in, the number is there. Let me put the seasoning for the crow. But my thing is just, man, it's too much bullshit going on with this situation to me to just, it doesn't make any motherfucking sense. All right, I don't think I've ever used a poll on this one, so we're gonna try and see how it works. We'll do it for, let's give it 5 minutes. There we go. It'll cost a pistachio per vote. I'm taxing on the vote action. There we go. So yeah, it's the same as the other one. So you put a exclamation point vote, space, and then put your number, 0 for Tony's and then 1 for Slap Your Mom. So I guess you got to put it in the parentheses. So we'll see. But again, man, you know, it's just a whole crazy situation. And the fact that they said that some Nigerians have come out, I don't put it past anything. Like I don't put this past. Like I said, even before this came out, like I said, I don't put anything past these Hollywood motherfuckers. You got to understand they have a Hollywood connection. You have people who want to do anything to be in Hollywood. As you could be telling these guys, especially they're already extras. Hey, well, here's a little bit more cash. You know, you want to help the show out. Apparently, they like the show because they made money from being an extra on the show. Hey, you want to help the show out? Man, I got a little behind the scenes extra work for you. You know, be here at this time. Because I talked about, here's a few connections I want to make with this, because I think this thing is kind of all over the place. My deal was, why were you on the phone with your manager at 2 a.m. to work this setup that you have? Well, where are the 2 guys I'm supposed to find? Where are they going to be at? Okay, they're going to be over there. Okay, so your manager's telling you where to go. That also helps corroborate. Well, I was on the phone with him at the time of the attack, so I can verify. Okay, well, we checked the phone records. Yeah, he was on the phone with the manager at that time, but that doesn't mean he wasn't helping to guide and set up the situation. Again, like I say, I think there's a lot of parties involved. I think that it may be a little bit, but I think this thing is going to slowly start unraveling. I think the Chicago Police Department knows a lot more than the public knows, of course, but a lot more than they're letting on. You know what I'm saying? And so my deal is this: the fact that he talked about, oh, well, it was a pride issue is why I didn't want to call the cops, because I'm not weak. I'm not weak. I fought the fuck back. That might be the shirt I need to make. I fought the fuck back. But so initially you didn't want to call the cops because you had the pride. You didn't want to seem weak. But then all of a sudden you've just become this black and gay champion for whatever causes. But you didn't want to. You were too prideful to call the cops. But now you're more than happy to put yourself out there and do all that other shit. Man, that dude, that shit is wild. That why NW Melly, like, boy, killed his own partner. Man, that's another story. We're gonna talk about that. But I'd never heard of him until then, and that's very unfortunate. Poisonous Nut, welcome to the den. I'm glad you found us. Yeah, man, what? Alligator tears, crocodile tears. That boy was just, what do they call it? What's them other little kind of alligator, like caimans, caiman tears? That motherfucker there was just on some other shit, man. It was just hard to fucking believe it, man. It's hard to fucking believe it. Yeah, the fucking Nigerians, they got there at the wrong time. They was on time. Jussie was in the subway still eating the sandwich, delaying it because he was still afraid of taking that fake hit that was gonna come. You know, they staging that shit like, you know, actors stage fights all the time. So that might be, you catch that on camera, a good looking stage fight. And now he's hurt. I mean, it's just, man, it makes me think of that Dave Chappelle. Please believe me. Why won't you believe me? Like, you're forcing it, man. If it's real and the facts are out there, then you shouldn't have to be concerned with anybody who's putting out what you call fake information or false information. And you should just let due process take its place. It just shouldn't matter what anybody who thinks, shouldn't matter what I think, or anybody who disagrees, because if you know the truth, right? And there's a reason why you're continuing to come out and do it. You're trying to paint this narrative in the public persona, because I'm telling you, there are a lot of falsities in this story. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Exactly. That was my thing too. Why did it take so long to call a cop? The old man is one. Here's the deal. Okay, let's talk about the old man. I forgot his name, but he's like a choreographer or something. Old guy. He picked Jussie up from the airport, right? then apparently you have a car, vehicle, or something in that vicinity. Why would you let him walk at that time, at that temperature, in the middle of the night? Why wouldn't you drive him to Subway? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you drive him to Subway? That's what I'm curious of. And instead, you let him walk. You let him. All right, Roman, I appreciate the call there, Roman. And again, if you want to call into the den, the number is 833-284-3336 or 833, the number 2, the den. That's the easy way to remember it. So my thing is, you know, these actors and stuff, they, again, like I talk about how they're disconnected from society. They're disconnected from reality. They're disconnected from, you know, how life really works for the rest of us. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Now, look, I'm going to be straight up with you. If it's an issue that's a racist issue and I really feel like, hey, I'm going to get behind them, say, man, that's fucked up. You know, I'm going to look at, hey, you know, there are race issues that happen, but it's not as much as people want to make it. People say, oh, it happens every day. I don't think so. I think people try to come up every day on racism. We'll talk about something else. Let me get this goddamn. Hold on. Where to call it? Oh, give me 1 second. I see you calling. They calling me. Where's the call it? Hold on 1 second. Why is this not showing up? Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in? I got shit on the wrong screen. Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Oh, they must have hung up. I apologize if I took too long to get to your call, man. Feel free to call back. I had it on the wrong screen. I was looking at the wrong thing. I forgot I moved around trying to get the poll going. You say, I didn't read the story and I don't believe him. If he was so severely attacked, then why didn't he have an injury or something like that? Again, like I say, it was a small paper cut on his face, and he's trying to sell it to us like, you know, it's a big deal. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's cracking, Honcho? This is Dr. Rabbit.
Dr. Rabbit. What's cracking, Dr. Rabbit? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
The den has set a new world record.
No. What do you mean by that?
A new channel record.
Okay.
75 deep.
Word? Okay, I wasn't even paying attention to the, that's
75
what's up.
people.
Yeah, we coming up. Hold up. Shout out to everybody new in the den. Hey, feel free to jump into the chat, man. We're all friends in the den. Don't be afraid to call a line. You know, it's all good. So that's what's up, man. So, I mean, I know you just said that you didn't really read the story, but as a person who's just kind of vaguely familiar with it, I mean, why don't you believe it? I mean, there's always these accusations, all these things that people say are people getting attacked and harassed and all this stuff. What makes you not believe the situation?
Because wouldn't he have some sort of injury or cut?
Well, he had a nice little clean paper cut right under his eye, you know. So that was that. And he apparently had bruised ribs, but he was able to perform an entire live concert. Now, I've never had bruised ribs. I am a Texans fan, and Deshaun Watson had some bruised, injured ribs, and he played through it. But that's football, and he's a much tougher guy. But I would think singing and breathing and things like that from people I've talked to have had these injuries, they say it can be excruciating. But yet, a couple of days later, he goes out and he performs a whole live concert immediately after that. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me.
A paper cut.
Well, that's what it looked like to me.
A paper cut. I mean, I kind of get the bruised ribs part, but come on, man.
I mean, my thing is, if you got hit in the face with a fist, it would seem to be. I would expect a more circular looking bruise.
A black eye or something.
Yeah, but it was just like I said. It was just a nice kind of straight line there. I don't know exactly. It might have been one of them old wrestler techniques. And the wrestlers, what they used to do to make themselves bleed, they kind of lightly cut themselves with a razor, and then so once they start making contact with you, they would start bleeding. Maybe they did one of those moves. I have no idea. I really don't know. But it just did not look genuine, in my opinion.
I think I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say.
Well, that's what's up, man.
Baffled.
You're baffled, appalled.
How fake this is. Like, dude,
yeah.
it's a hoax. there's no doubt that it's a hoax.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. And to any new Den members, don't be afraid to call in.
Exactly. We're all friends, and then you're always welcome here. Hey, Dr. Rapid, man, I appreciate the call. For that celebration for the largest amount of folks in the den at one time, I think we all need a glass of strawberry milk.
I ran out of milk.
That's no bueno, man. I'm gonna have to send you some milk. But I appreciate your call there, Dr. Rabbit, man.
All right, man.
All right, you have a good evening. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's good, Honcho? It's Vince.
Vince, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, Vince?
Hey, man, I just wanted to ask your opinion on a different matter, man, because I ain't even want to speak on no more of this crazy Jussie mess, man. But actually, I wanted to get your opinion on this, though, man. I want to know what your thoughts was about the news today where they were talking about Trump trying to call for a state of a national emergency so he can build the wall up and get more funds to build that wall that he's trying to build. But the issue is they're saying if he tries to do that where he calls it like a state of an emergency or whatever, they're saying that it could cause a clash where who would control the funds over the wall, and then does the president have the power to even do that? So I just want to know what your thoughts was on that, man, because it's getting more crazy about that wall.
Yeah. Man, I find that whole wall to be a very interesting situation. Man, my deal with that is, me personally, I'm neither for nor against it. I just want to see if it's going to happen. If the man said, if he's going to prove that he's about his word, he's willing to do whatever he's got to do to get the wall, hey, I can't fault him for that. I don't know all the details of the nuances of the situation. So that's probably something I'd probably have to look a little bit more into. But I did kind of hear, that it would be a little bit of flack with him if he did try to use the state of emergency situation. So like I said, I'm not just familiar with all the details, but I'd probably have to look into it just a little bit more before I can really comment on what I think is going to happen with that situation.
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's just crazy though that's even a topic,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a man said he trying to do it, and I'm like, this dude really trying to do it.
Oh yeah, he trying to make it safe.
It's just getting crazy out there, man. So that's why I was just wondering if you had saw it today on the news and stuff. So it's just wild.
Yeah, like I said, I hadn't like I said, I just barely caught this the Jussie situation after I finished eating, so I hadn't really kept up with too much of the news that was shaking today. But I got to look into that and see what's happening with that whole situation. We'll definitely have to speak on that.
That's what's up, man. But shout out to you, man, and shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
Already, man. Appreciate the call there, Vince.
All right.
Already. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's happening, man?
What's going on? Who we got calling in?
Michael from Los Angeles.
Already. Shout out to Los Angeles. Michael, how you doing this evening, Michael? What would you like to drop in the den tonight, man?
No, I was just jumping in, piggyback. I seen on the title about this dude, Jussie. Yeah, man, I seen that from the jump, man. Homeboys lying and creating a divide. And you're gonna know if it's official, if Kamala Harris or Cory Booker somehow tied this bullshit into their race. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For candidacy, for presidency. Yeah. But something like this. If this shit would if dude would have got over with his lie, I just think it's going to create more division amongst the races and create more strife upon what it already is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with you. I know that he does have some tie to the Kamala Harris campaign because, not that long before the incident took place, he was with her marching, I think, about some type of anti-lynching bill or some shit like that.
Yeah. Right. It's too convenient. And then what I just heard, the whole news thing, apparently, supposedly, Taraj, a homegirl, claims plugged his music in, talking about go download his music while you're at it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just too convenient. And then supposedly there's a video, and in the video somebody's got a noose on them. So I mean, either this was a hate crime that predicted the future, or already knew that this dude had music in the works. Just too coincidental.
Yeah, just too much going on, and that's what I say. I mean, there's a lot of attention because they say no press is bad press. And if you got stuff going on, that's only bringing attention to you, and you can use that to promote. But man, you said Mike, right?
Yeah, Mike. And I just think that's just going in with the homosexual agenda too. I mean, there's so many things that's tied in, and I think we're, the time is nigh, man. Clock is ticking, and we're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree because it seems that shit's getting crazier by the day, man.
Sir.
All righty. Well, Mike, man, I appreciate your call, man. I appreciate you calling into the den this evening.
All right, man. Love.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to LA. I know some of y'all been calling in. I apologize. Like I said, I'm trying to get to everybody. We're gonna try to keep it jumping, keep it flowing, keep it going. So my deal is this, man. It's just like I said, it's like you said, convenience. I feel like there is too much convenience with this story. There is too much, there's too much for him to be about. I know when I first talked about, somebody said, well, what does he have to gain from it? He's already famous. He's not that famous, okay? People have, maybe they're confused. Just because somebody doesn't mean everybody else does. Kind of when we were talking about the Monique story last night about her maybe thinking she was on a certain level of fame to deserve a certain level of attention. She's not that famous outside of a small circle. And so maybe she was feeling like she was deserving this, that, and the third. But again, not to knock her. Hey, if you feel like you value yourself at a certain rate, a certain price, then hey, go get that. If other people don't see you at that, well, you can't be mad about that. I mean, it just is what it is. But this Jussie guy, unknown, wants to jump off his music career, has some political ties, hates the whole Trump situation. Hey, I can put my name on a bigger platform. Outrage culture is the new thing. Everybody gets mad about everything. Well, hey, let's check off a couple of boxes. I'm a Trump supporter. Everybody hates Trump right now. I'm a black guy. Everybody believes everything is racist right now. I'm a gay guy. Everybody thinks everything is anti-alphabet boys. And then I'm a celebrity. Check. I mean, you're hitting on everything that you have to do to become popularized. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Mark.
Mark, how you doing, Mark? What would you like to drop in the den tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I have just a few things to say real quick. So when I was watching that Jussie Smollett interview, so when he was talking, he said, if I would have said it was Muslims or blacks that did it, everybody would be on my side. Mm-hmm. If he was actually beat up, he would have said, if blacks or Muslims had beat me up, he would have said if they beat me up. But he didn't say that. He said if I would have said that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that kind of jumped off at me. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So another thing is, I work in the film industry. Even actors that aren't that big, they all have an on-call teamster that drives them around. Any time of the night, they have a teamster there, pick them up in a car, take them wherever they want to go. So there's no reason for that dude to be walking out that late at night. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that don't make sense, but.
Okay, man, I didn't get that, and I heard him say that, and I didn't think about the way he worded, because I say, words are very important, and sometimes it's the way things are said, and sometimes it's the things that are omitted that you have to pay more attention to than the things that are said. So, man, I'm glad you made that point, because I did not even look at it like that, man.
If he would have gotten beat up, he would have said, if the people that beat me up were black or somebody else, mm-hmm. they would have been on my side. But he said, if I would have said that, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's those little things that you pick up on, and I picked up on that real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, that's
so. Anyway, thanks for letting me call in, dog.
All right, man, Mark, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you dropping them nuggets, man.
Take care.
All right, you too. Appreciate it, man. And that's a very valid point that he made there. I listened to that part of it. It just, because I was just kind of listening, just watching. I think I was looking more at the facial expressions, the eye movements and things as he was talking. And I didn't catch that. I kind of overlooked that. And so, man, a very valid point that he made right there. Learn the code. Oh man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? And blur me out.
What's up, Honcho? This is Ed, man.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going down? What you want to drop in the den this evening?
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me show the audio right. This D-Love, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I ain't gonna lie to you, Honcho. I called in just because I wanted to do that thing you were fall for. But here's the thing. I read the title of the den, and it says that Jussie was finally confirmed, fabricating or whatever. Is it really confirmed that it was a hoax, or is it just speculation?
It's a lot of speculation. So basically, what has been put out there is that the two persons of interest were Nigerians. The police went to a home apparently where they were supposed to be staying, and again, people are saying that the cops have not. They denied it. They haven't denied it. They just have not confirmed it, and that's why I say words are important when you listen to the words that are put out, especially by law enforcement. That's why I say persons of interest does not mean suspects. Just because they haven't denied something, or they have not denied something, they say it's not confirmed. They're just not putting that information out there. They say that right now they're still treating Smollett as a victim, but that doesn't mean that can't change. But basically, they went to the home, and the two guys, these guys, they said have been persons of interest for quite some time. But when they were first trying to get a hold of them, that they had actually took a flight to Nigeria the same day that the attack took place. These guys have actually had not guest roles, but basically, I forgot the word, little background roles on Empire. And so that there's possibly a connection with all of this. And so I think that a lot of this stuff is very interesting because, you have some very credible reporters who have put this information out. And these are guys who have, I'm sure they're not just wanting to put their careers on the line just to talk about Jussie. They're not the ones who's making this story up. So I think that, like I say, it's the eldest guy that I've been following from the beginning who's been really dropping a lot of the information and putting a lot of the stories out there before the mainstream gets it. And so won't say that it's confirmed as a hoax yet. I mean, nothing will be confirmed until they say, hey, we're taking this guy to jail, or hey, we're pressing charges on him. But a lot of new details have come out in the story. And, I think that the only reason that the Chicago police are not confirming or not saying, yes, this is happening, is because if they did that, then they couldn't still say, hey, we're not treating Jussie as a victim. We're treating him as a criminal or a suspect in his own, situation. And to me, it just kind of makes sense because I think about the letter that got sent, right? And so what if they did participate in this? And I'm not saying Nigerians aren't bright. Some Africans, they come over and they excel and they do very well, actually, if you compare statistics to African Americans. The letter, all the stuff that's just tied into the whole situation. It's a lot of suspect shit involved in this whole story. And just common sense is not prevailing when you talk about this story. And I find that to be a problem. And so with this new information coming out, to me, it seems like, these holes, there's more and more holes getting poked in Jussie's story, and more of it being a hoax-like situation is coming to fruition,
All right, well, that's all I wanted to know.
All right. Well, appreciate you calling in, D-Love, man.
I appreciate it. Honcho.
Already. Hold on. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, yes, this is Red S. Calling in for my second time.
Okay, good to hear from you.
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, excellent.
So my question is on this whole Jussie Smollett story, what happens now? Is there or do you think he's going to have any repercussions? There will be any type of backlash? It'll somehow be pushed right under the rug. Nobody's going to talk about it again.
Man, I think as with a lot of the media, whenever or when they're pushing a certain agenda, people are going to sweep it under the rug. They're going to, detach themselves from it. They're going to act like it didn't happen. I think that there will be repercussions for him because I think that, the Chicago Police Department, after allocating all those resources to this one case, if they find out that it is a fraud, that they have said that if it was that, that he will have to suffer some type of punishment for the situation. So I think that he will get punished. Everybody else will just brush it under the rug, like, hey, well, we believed him, this, that, and the third, and they'll disassociate themselves from it and not, really admit to the fact that they knew that the shit was bullshit and they just wanted to participate in, propagating this lie, continue to push this bullshit. Yeah, just fuel the flames of this fire for no reason,
Yeah, I just I'm also wondering, that because obviously the statements that have been put out by the Chicago police, they've been pretty clear as, they first started at, we're investigating, then if for some reason there's false information, he will be held accountable. And now it seems to be pretty darn clear that this was one giant hoax. So I don't see how the police cannot at least prosecute him in some way. And then I'm also wondering about his role on Empire. Do you think they're going, I know there were rumors that the reason why they wanted to build up this publicity was because he was being going to be written off the show. But how can they, in good conscience, employ him?
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, you have to. Like I say, what'll happen is they'll disassociate themselves, and I think that, and you'll still have people who love that show. They're going to be even more committed. They'll say that because I've seen it here, even with me discussing this. I've been called all kind of names, and people attack, say, "Well, how can you trust Chicago police because they've done this?" And people will say that Chicago police fabricated against them, or they hate gays or they hate blacks, and they'll say something like that. And they'll use that to justify what happened to him, or they withheld evidence. And so they'll find a way to try to make it seem like it was an attack on Jussie, or that people were plotting against him, not him, setting up a hoax. And so I think that'll only bolster the ratings for the show, and it'll still people will still support his album. He'll still have diehard fans, but I think that he should have to serve some type of, there should be some type of punitive situation for him. But the thing with that, with the writers have come out and said, "Oh, there was never a time that we were gonna, write him off the show, and there was never gonna be a time." But of course, you would say that,
There probably was. Yeah. There probably was.
Mm-hmm. And so, like I say, it's just it's a lot of interesting things. And to me, like I say, I think, and I agree, Mark O'Leary, that I think you have to just show the phone records. Like he's talking about, well, I have private photos. Man, this what the fuck? This is not like they're putting it out to where if you really want justice for what happened to you. They wanted his phone for 2 or 3 hours, and he was saying, "There's no way I can't do that because I have private memos to myself." Yeah, you probably had some private memos about this situation, how you set this shit up. You're talking about private photos.
Your two Nigerian friends, yeah.
And they probably private photos. Plus, trust me, they don't want to see that shit. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Talking about private songs. What the fuck? I mean, nobody's gonna steal your little whack ass songs. Nobody gives a fuck about that. And he's talking about, my coworkers, I have their number. And again, like I said earlier, nobody's going to call him. Nobody wants to talk to Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying? They're going to talk about fucking Hustle and Flow. Nobody's going to talk to Taraji, about her laundry list of movies. If I got the number, I might call her. But, anyway, that's a whole different story. But, the Chicago police not going to do it because if they wanted that type of information, they probably already have
gotten
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
easily.
If the show is filmed in Chicago, they have that information if they want it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, and again, so like I say, it's just it's craziness in my opinion, and it's just hard for me to trust him.
I'm sorry, pardon me. I just think it's turned into the biggest circus that I've seen in a good few months at least. It's a real life movie almost. Like, okay, we're going to take this, try and cover it up this way. Let's see how far we can get it. No. But this is a real life story, and now they're coming out with, and I'm so sorry to switch topics, but to his interview that he did when Robin asked him about what's your message or something. And he said, fight back, always fight back against them. I'm not going down. Wouldn't it be like, spread love, something positive, not fight.
Yeah, and that's the thing that killed me too, because he talks about, I know when it first happened, and when like the first message he put out after it happened, he's like, I'm all about love and positivity. Again, I didn't know who he was, so the first thing I do, I go check out his Twitter feed, because people say, we should check out his Twitter. He's a real anti-Trump guy. I'm like, okay, he probably just said some crazy, and it's all, fuck Trump, yo, bitch ass nigga, and this. I'm like, that don't sound like a lot of love and positivity to me. Whether you disagree, it's a lot of people I don't like, I don't disagree with. I don't wish hate and harm in their direction. I disagree and vehemently disagree. But so that love thing, to me, it's just some bullshit with him. So again, I just find it to be a real sketchy situation, and I really can't wait to see how everything unfolds. I think that Chicago, the police are playing it real close to the chest, because they know some things that they haven't released to the public, and they're just waiting for maybe some positive IDs on some of this information or some of this evidence that they have, and that way they'll have a concrete case to where there's no way he can kind of back out of it, or there's no real buffer in between him and whoever the attacker or whatever it may be, that they can put the connection in. And it may be they may know more than just Jussie being involved. They may know somebody higher up the ladder, and hopefully they can put it all together. You know what I mean?
Let's hope so, because I would hate to think that there's really no question at this point, but it's really sad to think that somebody would completely make up a story about that. But I'm not sure if it's from him like personally. It was probably his manager, other people saying, oh yeah, okay, well, because there was that story about him getting into a fight with his boyfriend at the club or something. I don't know. So the people around him were like, okay, let's probably hype this up and make it into something that's going to generate that publicity and going to put your name in the front. But the problem is now nobody's using this as oh my gosh, this is an awful thing that happened. People are laughing. It's become a comedy, a full-on comedy. So
I agree.
Anyways, I hope that everything comes to fruition and he realizes that was a really bad idea.
Oh yeah, he's gonna find out one way or another. He's definitely.
And especially with the internet.
Yeah.
Especially with the internet, if you want to create something like this, before camera phones, before all these CCTV cameras, before forums of people, hundreds of thousands of people discussing this. Right on your phone. You could probably get away with a lot more, but in this day and age, I just don't understand how whoever it was who concocted this plan, what was the end game supposed to be?
Again, like I say, it's and this is why I say I think it's some Hollywood shit, because if you ever watch a movie and they come up with some crazy plan, but you ever watch the movie like, yeah, the movie's good, but that plan would not work in real life. But it makes for a good movie.
It would never happen in real life.
That's how I feel this situation is. Some Hollywood people came together. They concocted a plan. They're like, okay, hey, this is what we do, and we'll make it do this, and not really realizing, hey, that doesn't work in real life. There's going to be holes. There's going to be details that you're overlooking, and that's what I feel like this is, and that's why I say I'm just kind of waiting to see ultimately what happens. Eventually I think the floor is going to fall out from under it, and we're going to find out a lot about a lot of people, and not just Jussie. I think there's going to be a lot of other involvement in it.
I agree. But I did read a certain, I don't know if it was an article or a comment about this, that this is going to probably very quickly switch to kind of into a mental health issue, as opposed to, oh yeah, he just lied about this. Yeah. It could be, it's going to come out he's extremely depressed, somehow,
Yeah.
which I would not be surprised at all if they do that, in which case You can't. That's the other problem. You can't say anything. Oh, the poor guy is depressed. Okay, he gets a clean walk here. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for taking my call. I love your show. I'm 3 nights in a row.
And I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you tuning in, and thanks for the support.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, Red Ass, you have a good night. And man, and I agree. I think that might be the end game. Like she said, that he may, in the end, get to say that it was some type of mental dysfunction, or it was something like that gets to twist it at the end. And so now, well, he had a mental issue. He was stressed out from, so much work on the show or something. I mean, it's just, it's too much going on, man. It's too much going on. Now let me see, y'all talking some good stuff. Let me catch up here in the chat. Y'all saying some good things. You say, on the situation with B. Smith, Wendy William Hubdies, and what they view as deep hate, payback, not just money. Something's really going on. She was a scheme like schoolgirl. I'm not super familiar with that situation. What's going on with that? You say, but you got off a live stream and the sister really feel like it's a war with black gay men wanting to be acknowledged more than black women. Notice that I'm surprised they support us. Man, you know what's funny about this whole situation, honestly? What's really, really funny about this whole situation to me, honestly, is as soon as it happened, what was the thing? Straight black men aren't supporting Jussie Smollett, because straight black men ain't doing the shit that you out there doing. And I'm not even talking about that. It's just they're not supporting appreciate the love man things. Say convenient all this happened as the Senate was finding zero evidence of Russian collusion. Not a Trump fan, but stuff like this happens all the time. Yeah, and I did see that too. That's very funny that there was no collusion in that situation. But yeah, it could. Why? What? I'm supposed to go run? Because again, I got called homophobic. I got called homophobic for not mentioning that he was gay in the first video I did. I got called homophobic, or that I don't believe him because he's gay. I barely even mentioned that. You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is, because I don't think that's a factor. The fact is that he's lying. He's a Hollywood motherfucker who's disconnected from society, and he's lying. And again, stoking the flames. It just happens to be, like I say, that checklist of things that he's got going on that just suits all the proper the proper factors for it to be a major hate crime. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and that's what I say. Bullshit. But look, I'm gonna call it like I see it. Like I say, I don't lean necessarily one way or the other. If it makes sense to me, then I'm saying, okay, hey, this is what I understand. This shit just from the jump has not made any fucking sense. I can't put 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? Say R. Kelly got another sex video about to be released. Man, look, man, I hope he releasing that hoe through Vivid. At least get paid for that bitch, goddamn. Because they trying to do R. Kelly bad. You better make you some money while you can, R. Kelly, goddamn. You only got a little bit left. Man, appreciate the love, Broderick. But yeah, man, and I saw you coming and you asked us about some new stuff. Yeah, they're saying that it's possibly some Nigerians who did it, that the Chicago police have some people in custody currently. And that it's going to be they went to the house where they were at, but these guys went to Nigeria the day of the attack, and it's been a couple of weeks now, so I'm sure they came back. Empire's filming again. These guys have played extra roles on Empire, so it's a lot of interesting factors that is going to go into this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so my thing is just it's crazy. Straight men only interested if it's lying to get some pussy or to say that bro. Exactly, bro. What man? Wasn't you with me last night? Yeah, man. We was playing basketball at 4 a.m. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's not hate for anybody. I don't hate anybody. I don't want to see anybody suffer. But what my thing is, my big issue with this is, I feel like it's a fabrication, and what that does is to people who really are put into situations where they are a victim of a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? When they really are a victim of a hate crime, it now makes that look like, oh, that's some bullshit. Oh, it's some bullshit. And people are going to be dismissive of the real situations because somebody's out here trying to get some fucking attention for no goddamn reason to promote themselves or whatever it is, because we live in this society that embraces outrage culture. And it kills me, man. It really kills me. But you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If we get a call from a gay dude trying to have us help him, yes, it's not. Yeah, man, you on your own on that one, bro. I got nothing for you. So once got an email from Nigeria. It turns out I might be Roy. I had to send in $5 before they send their money. You still waiting on that money, huh? But that was the thing, and that's why I say it's super funny that it came out to this, because I was saying it the other night, man, that I don't put anything past Hollywood people. Like, these are professional actors. What they do is act. You know, they act well enough on camera to elicit emotions from people who watch it, to have these connections. I talked about the Soprano guy who would talk about, a bunch of talking here, the Soprano guy who would say that when he would be in public, people couldn't disconnect his Soprano character from who he was. So he said people, when he'd be walking on the street, people would really talk to him like he was the character. You know what I'm saying? And so, oh man, look, don't even get me started on Eric Gordon. That he was that character. So it's hard for people to disconnect. You got a lot of people, again, who are going to bat for this guy. Nigerian collusion. You got a bunch of people who are going to bat for this guy because they love his work as an actor. They're emotionally invested in this show, or, you know, they're everything pro-black. And I don't even think this is a pro-black situation. I think this makes, you know, the pro-black situation look bad by connecting yourself with this. And I think a lot of honestly, I've seen more women. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, because I've seen a lot of women say that they're not with this situation. I've seen a lot of, just Sarah, what's the motherfucker, girl, where you been at? I've seen a lot of people I've seen a lot of black people kind of distance themselves from this situation again. And, you know, that's the attack on, you know, it's really the super feminists. You know, oh, you know, they don't care about us, and this happens to. Why is it that there's such a majority, or not a majority, but there's so many people who say, man, well, I'm not seeing the same thing you're seeing. And if I say I don't see the same thing you're seeing, then all of a sudden, you know, I'm misogynistic, or I'm homophobic, or I'm anti-female, or, you know, just because I don't want to play the victim role, because I don't want to buy into the bullshit that you're buying into. Because I'm not with the is it so she's a black guy? Yeah, that whole fucking family is real strange. But again, and I tell you when this went back, and you talking about feminists pushing the gay agenda, and you're absolutely right, because and when that shit really clicked to me is a few years back with the Black Lives Matter, not just everybody saying it, but the actual group, and when they put out their little not momentum, basically their agenda. Nowhere on that shit, even though you use the bodies of dead black men to push your shit, nowhere on there did they say that they wanted to do anything for black men, black families. Because black men want to strengthen the black family, because, you know, once you strengthen families, period, you create a better society. You know, but what they are talking about is, you know, we want more women's rights. And again, I'm all about equality of opportunity. You know, we want more women's rights. We want respect for the LGBT community. Wait. What does this have to do with? And nowhere in there, they had like 10 little sentiments that they had, and not one in there said anything about black men. And that's when I started looking at the founders of it, 2 lesbian women. Like I say, and they're just using these dead men's names to push their agenda. A lot of people don't look into that. And that's when I had to start really looking at things. A lot of stuff, man. Appreciate it, Donnie Brasco. Appreciate you coming through. Hopefully we see you soon again, man. You know, feel free to, dinner at 10 every night. We live every night, 10 p.m. Central. So and that's when I started looking at a lot of shit. Then, you know, you fuck around on the Twitter, the toxic Twitter. I'm starting to enjoy that shit a lot, though, because it's just funny. You see a lot of hate for black men. Well, it's because of this and this, but done nothing to you. You just lump us in with something because you feel like, oh, this whole toxic masculinity. You know, we whatever oppression you've been through, we've been through. So there's nothing different, but you're mad because black men aren't saying, hey, well, let's just blame everybody. Let's just point the fingers here. We're not straight black men. Let's go out, let's build, let's do what we got to do to get shit right. Let's build these families, you know. But no, we want to be able to fuck around and do whatever we want to, and you know, hoe it up. And again, hey, if that's what you want to do you, but accept the consequences that come with you doing you. Don't blame some man because you choosing to, you know, get out there and start wilding out. And then you start seeing a lot of the feminists start associating with the black gay males. And again, it's nothing wrong with you living your life and choosing what you do, but don't blame somebody else for the choices that you make in life to say that it's somebody else's fault that these mistakes are happening to me. That's just the shit I can't buy. That's the shit I can't get into, man. Like, I cannot get into that, because if it's somebody else's fault that you're in the situation you're in, so whenever you get out of that situation, go ahead and give that same person credit, because obviously it has to be somebody else's fault or reason that you got out of the situation. I'm not a person like, hey, if I'm here because of decisions that I make, and I will get out of whatever situation I'm in because of the decisions that I make. And that's how I feel about everything. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Funny you tell a feminist that you're egalitarian, they get mad for you not being feminist. But man, and the thing is, you know what's funny? The male feminists make me laugh the most, because you see a lot of these male feminists, they only do that because they think that if they side with the male feminist, the female feminists, whatever, well, female feminists, that's going to get them some more ass. So it's like their intentions aren't pure anyway. I think my intentions for people and me not being a feminist are more pure than a male feminist, because I want everybody to have equal opportunity. Equal outcome, no. Equal opportunity, yes. Equal access to opportunity. That's what you need to have. You should have the same shot at getting to where you're trying to get to as I should or anybody else should. But should we all deserve the same outcome because we exist? Absolutely fucking not. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, how's it going today? Giant Miss.
Hey, Giant Miss, what's the motherfucking deal, man?
It's just, sorry, let me take this out to the second. I think one of the major problems that we have with the feminists now is that they're not for, like, actual rights of women. They're just virtue signaling for certain rights. So, like, if women want to get a modeling job, suddenly they're sexualizing the female body, and they're deciding that, oh well, they're giving people their bodies, like, they're saying that they're bullshit. They're saying that, hey, you know what, if you're not you're giving all these, I can't really say it right now. Holy crap, my English language just failed me.
It's all good, all good.
But, they want to tell you that you're supposed to have rights as a woman, you're supposed to be equal, but when it comes time for you to be equal and you want to choose a job that you want to choose, if it's not within the female agenda or the feminist agenda, you suddenly are the enemy, and you get looked down on. And they're saying, oh, well, you're the reason why women ain't taken seriously or anything like that. And I find that odd when it comes to feminists, like they did with the what was that? The models for the F1, the F1 racing.
Yeah.
And it's like these people had wanted to do this because this was their way to get bigger jobs later. Mm-hmm. This was their end. And, people now, they're expecting you, oh, well, we either are at the top right away or it's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's, so, I don't understand how that works. Like people who, never had a job before, usually they go to an entry-level job and then they work their way up. Say, like, they're a manager in the entry-level job. Suddenly they can rise a little bit higher and maybe, eventually if they have the right kind of education or, the right kind of work ethic, they can start getting to corporate. Mm-hmm. It's the same kind of deal, but like a lot of these people, they're going to go, oh, well, if they don't give us this or if they don't give us that, then what's the purpose?
Yeah. Okay. And I agree, man. That's the thing. You know, the problem with a lot of this is, especially a lot of these feminist movements, especially, you know, certain things with the Me Too movement that I've seen people say, they don't care who gets hurt by the collateral damage. You know, they want to take over the roles. And the way I say the feminist movement, I say race movements, things that, man, this is America. You have the opportunity to always build your own. You can create your own. People will support if you create something that they want. But instead, what you have is a lot of people who want to take over established institutions, and they feel like just because of sex, not because of the qualifications, like you were saying, not because of the proper qualifications, just because, well, hey, it's only a certain sex, it's only a certain race in here, and that needs to be changed. And you can't go by your feelings. You got to go by the best qualified. Now, if you can prove that this person is better qualified for this job, then yeah, okay, that's a different situation. But if you're just talking about, we just need to diversify because these percentages, we don't like these percentages of people, I'm not with that. I think that you have to earn your place in life. And that's the great thing, especially about being in America, is that you have that opportunity to do so, as opposed to other places where you don't have that same privilege. And so I agree that, you know, even with when you mentioned the F1 race, and that was the thing that I always think about, because they cost all those women jobs, and those women enjoyed what they did. You know, they got attention, they got to promote, they got to do those things. They enjoyed that. And the thing that you notice, it's usually, and again, something that, like I say, you know, to each their own, everybody has different preferences, but it tends to be the less attractive women who don't put the work in, and not even just women, the less attractive people who seem to have the most problems with a lot of these situations, because they're not willing to put in the work to, you know, either if it's a body image thing, to do the same work as some of these people. They're not willing to put in the same effort level of grind to get in, to earn that position or whatever it may be. It's usually weaker minded, you know, and that's really what it comes down to, weaker minded, because you can build yourself in anything you want to be. But I definitely agree, man, that there's an issue with those kinds of folks, and it's not helping anybody. It's not helping their cause, really, and it's not helping anybody around them. It's not helping the women that they're trying to promote to those positions.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like they were having that problem at Google where were saying, oh, well, we don't have enough diversity in one of their tech departments. And it's like, well, if you were deciding to go ahead and hire more people that were in that field, then you could do it. But the thing is you're not. You're hiring women for some of these other fields, and the men are dominating this field in your company. How the hell are you going to decide to sit there and go, oh, well, we need more diversity? It's like you're the people who hire them.
Mm-hmm. And that's the crazy thing about it. That's the crazy thing about it. But I agree. Well, John Mess, man, I appreciate the call, man.
All right. Take care, boss.
You have a good one. But yeah, and I agree. Like I said, you know, and that's what it comes down to, because a lot of these activists, they're pushing these ideas, they're pushing these agendas. Man, you know, the way I believe, and especially you can tell by this channel, I don't give a damn. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I don't believe everything is for everybody. And I don't want to live in a world where people are trying to make everything for everybody, because in reality, that's when you start cutting off the true individuality of people. You know, you hinder creativity in people. And again, I think you hinder the, what's the word I'm looking for? The, ambition in people, you know, and I'm not about that. I mean, hey, sometimes you got to fight for what you want, but you got to make sure you're picking the right fight. And that's kind of the way I look at it. You know, sometimes, you know, people push a lot of bullshit. And again, like, you know, somebody was saying we're in the fourth quarter. It just the way that the world is turning. You know, you've seen a lot of civilizations in the past go through these progressive transitions, and that begins the fall of those civilizations. And I feel like sometimes I look at some of the things that they wake up and get upset about, and I feel like sometimes we're like on the brink of that, and it kills me. Roscoe, what's the motherfucking deal, Roscoe, man? Good to see you. Say he's a black gay celebrity. This is privilege on top of privilege on top of privilege, coupled with narcissism on top of narcissism. What do the gays and celebrities have in common? Self-obsessed. And that's the thing. And that's my deal, is disconnected and protected. That's it right there. Disconnected and protected. That's the whole situation. So like I say, you have all of the check marks to say, hey, you know, I deserve to be this. Now this is man, when I saw that, there was a term I just learned about the other day, maybe about a week ago, or maybe when this story first started. Protected groups. Protected groups. What does that really mean? You know, what does protected groups really mean, man? Thinking about the best course to handle a situation, some old bitch ass nigga at work. Man, hey, yeah, you got to be careful on that one. You got to be careful on that one. The oppression of living. Who's bringing home the goal right now? It's a close race in the 4x4. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna bring home the goal in that situation? You say history's not being taught, being repeated. Kayla, exactly, man. Hold on, so what let me see. Hold on, what you just said? What did Oprah and her puppy breath have to say on the matter? Man, I hadn't. She just said she wanted more macaroni. But my thing is this, man. My thing is this. You know, I just feel like this story is going to be pivotal for a lot of people. I think a lot of the things that have been going on, especially with it being election season, and let's be realistic. Right now, even Democrats will tell you they don't have anybody who's going to contend with Trump right now. They have no, I mean, let's be realistic. Kamala Harris is not going to do it. Closeted Cory Booker's not going to do it. Kamala Harris said that she graduated from college at what, 86? She talking about she was smoking weed. This is what I hate, the pandering. And that's why I think people gravitated towards Trump, because he wasn't really pandering to people like other motherfuckers were, like the Democrats, like Hillary with the hot sauce. Like, I'll never get over that shit. Fucking old buddy doing the fucking, hey, Hillary, hey, you know how to do the wobble? Hey, let's do the wobble. Like, you know, bitch ass nigga, Roland Martin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Snoop and Tupac. Talking about, I was in college getting high to Snoop and Tupac. Yeah, you know, I smoke weed because half my family's Jamaican. But yet, early on in your career, you push very oppressive laws and regulations on people who did drugs. You pushed a lot. The thing that kills me is basically taking people to jail for their parents or their kids being, truant. And she tried to validate that shit by saying, oh, well, we came across one mother who we found out because her kids were so truant all the time that she was working 2 jobs and she was homeless, and we were able to help her, get on. Yeah, that time. But how many parents were working and doing all that y'all threw in jail? Then they weren't able to make income. Then, their kids really started missing school, and then they come out and they're losing everything because y'all put them in jail because their kids had some issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it kills me. Yeah, Kamala from that little night, the night show, talking about Beyonce on at a cookout, Lemonade. I don't like I can't tell you because I don't really fuck with Beyonce. Let me be careful. You say you don't like Beyonce, the Beehive will get you. You think me saying anything else get this stream shut down? The Beehive will get you. But I'm not a Beyonce fan. I'm from Houston. I'm not a Beyonce fan. Like, it is what it is. But you telling me you as old as she is, you talking about a cookout, and you can't. Beyonce's bitch can't give me no Frankie Beverly May something. I mean, give me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my shit is like, man, stop pandering to the people. Like, stop selling us the bullshit, man, and give us, when I give, people a real candidate. And that's my deal, is like, and the Democrats know that's why everybody's jumping in the field. That's why you have so many people just jumping in, because they all feel like, well, any of us can win the Democratic nomination. They feel like any of them can win it, but there's really nobody who's going to stop Trump. And again, I'm not a Trump supporter. Like, and that's the thing about it. Like, this is just me looking at it objectively. Like, there's not one strong candidate that's pledged their presidency or that they're running for president right now that you look at and say, hey, that's a real contender for Trump in 2020. None of them. Like, it's not going to happen. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It is what it is, you know. So you might as well not even run. Let's be realistic, you know. Let me find out King you with the beehive. I'm gonna tone it down. I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't wanna hurt nobody. I'm gonna go outside. You know, somebody gonna be waiting for me with a nightstick. Take my kneecaps out. Tanya Hard me and shit. Talk bad about Beyonce. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. This shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Yo, what's good, Honcho? This is your boy, Man Things.
Man Things, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Glad you called into the den, man. How you doing this evening, Man Things?
Hey, man, I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, can't complain, man. Can't complain. Life is good.
Hey, I'm actually watching the chat right now just to make sure that everybody can hear me because I know we've had some real low quality calls coming in, and I don't want anybody to get upset at me for some spilling some sauce on the line right now, you know. But hey, man, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the election as it's coming up, right? Okay. So you got a crowded Democratic ticket. And you saw what happened last time with one of the only really popular candidates they had, which was Bernie Sanders. He actually was, you know, he was going for more of the socialist thing, and that's all his prerogative, you know. Yeah. He was running on the ticket that he thought would win, and he had way more popularity than Hillary.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you saw what happened. The dude got shaken out by the Democratic National Convention. They robbed that election from him. But then you had the dude straight pulling over like a cuck and bending over for Hillary just because it was Hillary versus Trump at that point. So I guess my thing that I want to ask this time is, you know, like, what do you see the Democrats doing if the DNC steals an election from somebody who's actually popular again? Do you think that the Democratic Party is actually going to split and say, no, this is enough, I'm tired of this crony-ass bullshit? Or do you think that they'll just roll over and like, well, you know, we didn't get who we wanted, but we can't let Trump get into office again, and then they're just voting out of fear. So, you know, kind of that whole thing.
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be the latter. I think they're gonna be with the voting out of fear. I think they're gonna try to, well, we got to come together against Trump, you know, regardless of anything else. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised if it happens again. You know, and like I say, what they did to Bernie, regardless of how you feel about Bernie, I mean, they stole it from him. They stole it right under him. The way Hillary manipulated that whole situation, because she funded the DNC, if I'm not mistaken, and then, you know, she basically, you know, had them promoting her and kind of downplaying Sanders, even though he was a far more popular candidate. And so that's what got them into the situation they're in now. Now they're all upset about it, but nobody wants to say, hey, you know what? Nobody on the Democratic side will say, hey, you know what? This is Hillary's fucking fault that we're in this situation. You know what I mean? So,
hey, man, imagine that. The entire Democratic Party not wanting to take any personal responsibility for the dumb shit that they pulled and just try to blame everybody else for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, no, you know, like, our country deserves better politicians that we have. And I, you and I have touched on this numerous times before. But you get the politicians that you vote for. Yeah. Trump isn't in office because of some grand conspiracy. Trump's in office because people voted him, right?
Exactly.
But Trump was running against Hillary. If you had a better candidate for the Democratic ticket, Trump wouldn't have won. More people would have came to the side of the Democrats. But when everybody starts just yelling and screaming at each other, and if you don't believe every single thing like I believe, then you're a trash human being. You're a piece of shit. And, you know, you deserve to be tarred and feathered, lose your job, lose your family, and everything else like that. It's that kind of mentality that, like, nobody's vote is going to count in 2020 unless people start having some goddamn moderation. Exactly. You know what I mean? You're not going to be voting because you believe in anybody. You're going to be voting because you just don't want the other. You're going to be voting out of spite instead of voting out of fear. So 2016, vote out of fear. Got to keep Trump out of office. 2020, vote out of spite because I don't care what you're actually able to accomplish. Fuck that other guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. I mean, but like I say, it's going to end up biting them in the ass, and then again they'll be pointing fingers and running around again, like I say, with chickens with their heads, because I'm looking to blame everybody. Because what was it last time they were blaming white women for not voting for Hillary because they didn't vote enough for Hillary, and so it was somebody else. Maybe people don't want to say, hey, Hillary wasn't fucking likable. See, you want to try to say that Trump was scandalous, or Hillary was way worse. I mean, Hillary was just detestable. I mean, you know, you talk about deplorables, or you got detestables, and that's Hillary. Like, and again, not even being big on, not even really being aware of how bad she was until, just really taking a brief glimpse into some of her history and what she was involved. I mean, she's a trash person, man. And she's a trash person. Man.
But hey, I got 10 seconds left because we're limited into 5-minute calls. So I got about actually like 5 seconds left now. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna get back at you. But right. I'll holler at you soon, man.
All right, appreciate it there, man. Thanks, man.
Later, bro.
All right. Shout out to Man Things, man. And for those y'all don't know, we are gonna be bringing back Sauce Society. We were supposed to get together last Saturday, but ended up the little ones game ended up being long. Then I had to do a bunch of running around the city. We're gonna get together. We're gonna figure that out because I know that Sauce Society was getting a lot of love, so we're gonna bring that back. We have been talking about it. We definitely gonna bring that back. I think the link for Sauce Society is down there. For those of y'all who don't know, me and Man Things have a channel called Sauce Society. I think the link should be in the description. We definitely got to bring that back. So if y'all enjoyed that call, trust me, y'all will definitely enjoy. Man Things has some very, very good points on everything. So I think y'all will definitely enjoy that show. Shout out to Man Things, man. It's always good to hear from you, man. It's always good to hear from you. Say, man, we need a den society. Yeah, but it might be a thing. Like, we might have to, bring Man Things in a den. We had Man Things in a den once or twice. Might have to bring them in a den, maybe, and we just chop it up, man. So like I say, but say keep what I said about the moon landing low-key. But here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. Again, you say there's two types of Democrat last voting cycles: either vote so you don't seem racist, homophobic, or sexist, or vote or for hate of Trump, the pussy grabber. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Be like Honcho, hashtag me too. I grab him by the pussy when they say it's okay. But like I say, I don't have I'm not even tripping on all that shit. Like, because I mean, he was telling the truth. When you're a celebrity, when you have power, and I have never had power. I have never had that level of anything. But I know that there's been times in my life when I've been in a powerful position. And the opportunities, the way, let's say specifically women react to you. Yeah, Sunday confessions. We're going to do Sunday night confessions. This Sunday, we're going to do Sunday night confessions. It's the Den conspiracy. We used to have, I'm going to bring back the themes. We're going to get back on the theme days somewhat, kind of, maybe not. But maybe on the weekends, the theme days. So I said I wanted to do like Friday night, nostalgia night. And then Sunday night confessions, and then we used to do what was the fucking shit for Saturdays? Damn it, what do we used to call it? Supernatural Saturdays, yeah, Supernatural Saturdays, and yeah, that's right. I couldn't think of it for shit. I don't know what I was thinking about. Supernatural Saturdays, and we would talk about conspiracies. We talk about almost like some coast to coast type shit, but. Yeah, but the thing about it is, when I've been in positions of power or elevated positions. So when I was in college playing football, I didn't even tell them just being big and in better shape and stuff like that. Man, much better shape than what I was. Women were attracted to that, just that perception of the physical prowess. That perception of, your physical ability. Women gravitate towards that. When you're financially stable, and then women see that you got a little something going on. When I was living a lifestyle that, I had to pay my dues for, and I'm still dealing with in a sense of the long-term effects, but when I had money in my pocket and I was doing what I wanted to do, guess what? And I'd be out and about, and women would see that. They fucking with you. So I can only imagine when you have the money and the power and the name that goes with it. You know what I mean? And so you will do things, or women will allow you to do things, or that they may not let another dude do. Think about this. Let's be honest. And women will tell you honestly, with sexual harassment, it's not sexual harassment if they're attracted to you. You know what I mean? Called speed. Let me see. Here we go. All right, you're the one. Come on. No, but it's not sexual harassment if they find you attractive. Then it's flirting. You know what I'm saying? But if you shout out to Rob, man. I don't know if I gave Rob a shout out when you got in here. I don't know. Ali Gaines, I don't know what's the motherfucking deal. Smart Shillington, what's the motherfucking deal? Because I try to make sure I shout everybody out, especially in the chat. So it's always good to see you. I ain't even finna get started on that. Beyond. But so my thing is, and make sure y'all if y'all have IGs and things like that, make sure you share them. Because I mean, in the den, we try to be a relatively close knit group. You know, we definitely show love to one another. So I fucks with all of y'all. And if you follow them, and like I say, I follow more people on my actual my personal IG than I do on the Den show. So I put my regular IG on there too for those who, since everybody likes to share. Jay Dizzle, what's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle? I seen you slide through there too, man. So that's my regular IG. So let's see. Let me get at this dude, Jay Dizzle, real quick. Jay Dizzle always starting plex, man. I just be trying to chill. He be mad about them Lakers, and then be trying to set it off. But my thing is, it's like this. Jay Dizzle brought a knife to the fight. He cheated. But my thing is again, like I say, it's standards. It's the way you perceive things, and the women will tell you that. Women tell me, like, hey, it's if he's not attractive, then you're gonna look at it a certain way. But if he is attractive, then they're gonna look at it a different way. So again, like I say, it's perception, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the way the world is. And you got to look at how these things go. You got to. You see, 30 out of 6 says no. Say no reason the guys are going to just play a slap ass. That was one of the greatest skits on Key and Peele. Pussy on the chain wax. But so my thing is this, man. My thing is this. Why I fuck with y'all? Why I like y'all? And I'm liking the way the Den is growing. Because I'll be honest, at first, a while back, I was, we were super, Den stayed kind of relatively the same for quite a while. Because I was just concerned, like, man, if the Den starts getting too much attention, I don't know what kind of people will start to accumulate. But hey, man, I fucks with y'all. I'm glad that y'all have found the Den. I'm glad the Den has found y'all. And I enjoy the conversation, all the new folks, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. No, Corey, nobody's fucking with Corey. Corey got to come out the closet first, man. Corey is suspect, man. But Corey is super suspect, dog. You know what I mean? Like it is. Well, we say a bunch of assholes, huh, Heidi? Well, let's find out who the number one asshole is. Since that's the case, Heidi. Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, I did. When I was playing the games, I'd be too into the damn game and shit. So that's why I said the games had to go to the fucking mixer, and I'd be missing half the conversation, and it'd be on some other shit. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, bro. Like the games had to go. Man, speaking of games, that what's coming out tonight? That I think it already came out. That fucking Far Cry. Huh? I don't think I need to fuck with it. I don't think I need to fuck with it because I'd be back neglecting and shit. Because I fuck with Far Cry games. Well, that don't count. The Den don't count because that's like generic. I don't mind being the biggest asshole. I mean, I am the asshole. I'm the face. I don't want to say I'm the asshole face, but I'm the face of this asshole crew. So congratulations, you played yourself. Really, I need to. I kind of been out the loop the last couple of months. I've been just fucking with the little Game Pass shit, but I gotta get on. I started playing this little goofy ass game for a couple of minutes today. Some shit on Game Pass. It's a little weird game, but it's actually slightly entertaining. It's kind of like one of them like puzzly type games, but it's just slightly entertaining. Just wait till it'll be 19. Yeah, you ain't lying. That's the one thing. That's what I like about the digital games. Them motherfuckers be cheap. It'll be like middle of the week sale, and then You know what I'm saying? It'll be fucking $3 or some shit. You say, why don't Democrats ask Trump for money for black cities? Interesting, because what? And again, like I say, I don't know the full details of the situation, but I know Trump had the money for urban development, and why didn't you see that from some of the previous entities that took office? I don't know, but it is what it is. Again, like I say, we have what we have now, and people they love to complain. But people don't want to look at the facts. Nowadays, it's my feelings. It's how I feel. Man, Age of Empires is my shit. I was just looking at, I think they got I haven't played in a while though. Me and Shaq Kush used to play a lot. But I haven't played in a minute. I fuck with Age of Empires though. Age of Empire 4 is supposed to be coming out pretty soon, I think. So I'm gonna have to, or I don't know if it's soon, but I'm gonna have to check that out. Skyrim, I think I started playing the fucking Skyrim, but I don't think I could get into it, or I didn't take the time to really get into it. I fuck with shit like Fallout, the Fallout 4, shit like that. Not 76. I heard a bunch of negativity about 76. I'm glad I didn't get into it because I almost wanted to. But yeah, Age of Empires, man, shit. I used to every time I played in Age of Empires, it's been nothing but minorities. So real question for those in here that don't support Trump. What's your real reasoning behind it? Interesting. I didn't want to do you like that, DeMarcus. I was taking out my rage for taking that L to Jay Dizzle, so I had to get you. But again, I don't understand. Like, I know that people just have a hate for the man, and I don't think that it's a real foundation as to why. Because, in my opinion, when you talking about the lesser of two evils, and you really go and look at it, and you look at what was his competition was Hillary versus fucking Trump, and you really look at Hillary and her background actually in politics, as opposed to Trump. So I mean, and somebody made a good point the other day. I'd rather a person who made money then got into politics as opposed to a person who got into politics then made money. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the situation I look at it. You know what I mean? Shit, if I got $3 in assets, I'm talking shit. Yeah, this my motherfucking candy bar, and I'm finna buy a motherfucking soda. Just a 20 ounce though. I ain't finna get extreme, No, but so my thing is people say he mess with people's taxes. I don't know. So you should check out Andrew Yang's interview with Joe Rogan. It's excellent. He talks about the coming automation slowly taking over jobs. Man, I didn't see that interview, but that's something I saw. I don't know if you guys are familiar with another show. It's a guy called Tom Bilyeu, and he has a show called Impact Theory. He does Health Theory and another one too, but Impact Theory is always pretty good. He brings a lot of different people from all areas of business, entrepreneurs and things like that, and they get to tell their stories. And I saw that guy on there talking about automation, and so that's kind of, we had this discussion I want to say a couple of months back, and just basically talking about how it's going to be a lot of people are going to be highly upset. People want these $15 an hour McDonald's jobs. I mean, if you can't see the future in front of your face right now, you go to any fucking McDonald's I won't say anywhere. I'm sure there's some that still don't have it, but there's a fucking digital board right there that you can use just like your goddamn cell phone and press your order up. Bypass the new cashier who doesn't know how to work the system. And the system is just like the fucking board. Because I told you, I was at McDonald's a few years ago. I had to pay dues for my misdeeds. I ain't too proud to talk about that shit. And you can learn that shit in literally 2 or 3 minutes. And it would kill me because people come up to me, do you need some help with this? It's like, no, it's a fucking picture, fucking program. It's right here. Like, what are you talking about? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, and if a customer can come in there and do that without anybody assisting them, and you get your order before the person who's in line, all you're going to have, and if you haven't seen it yet, they have machines that they're working on that can flip burgers, that can almost flip the burger directly onto the patty onto a fucking bun. And pretty soon, that shit is going to be an assembly line, and there's going to be one or two people in that bitch just to make sure that the assembly line is running as is, and then everybody else going to be out of there, you know? And so you got to fucking... you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go, Rob. Yeah, exactly. His name Flippy. I didn't know his name was Flippy. But yeah, Rob Myers is exactly what you're talking about. Exactly. And it's going to be a lot of stuff, and a lot of people are going to be upset. And oh well, like the name of the game is to make money. And so I can't knock business owners for saying, okay, well, I can have machines come in here, do the job. I don't have to retrain. I can buy this machine here. Let's say this one machine cost me $20,000. Well, that's less than I'm going to pay somebody, you know, to do the job for an entire year. This machine is going to last me, you know, the next 10 years. I'm not having to worry about not showing up to work. I'm not having to worry about calling in sick. I'm not having to worry about any other shit. There will still be certain fields that you just have to have human interaction. I don't think you'll ever replace barbers. That's just won't happen. I don't care. Even if you had robots who could give you the perfect haircut, the barbershop is like the last safe space for men, you know. And I think the beauty shop is for women. Cause I'm telling you something. Like, and this is why I say you can't tell me that women, motherfuckers be like, women don't. Man, look, I go to a beauty shop to get my hair done. I don't enjoy it, but I kind of enjoy it. I kind of enjoy the sights, but but I don't enjoy the conversation. So I'm usually pretty chill. I usually bring a book with me or something like that. And women have just the same level of conversation that men have. They talk, but they just flipping the script. So that's why when motherfuckers act like women don't do this and women don't, man, bull motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Bull motherfucking shit that they don't, man. You know what I mean? You say Yang's the only person is about tax corporation not letting them get away paying little enough taxes. That needs to stop. I mean, like, here's my deal. I believe that, honestly, there should be a flat tax. Everybody pay their cut. That's it, and that's just kind of where I look at it. Everybody pay the same. So how the fuck does a bill have cow farts and you expect it to pass? Just typing cow farts made me feel like a kid again. Yeah, and again, everybody pay their cut. So whether, you know, whatever you make, like, because I'm definitely not with the whole that what is it, over 10 million? They were talking about over 10 million and they start taxing 70%. Again, let's murder the ambition. So let's make me work 10 times as hard, you know, to get the same amount of money because you want to tax the fuck out of me. That's gonna, like I say, that's gonna kill ambition. That's gonna kill incentive. Disagree on flat tax. Now I'm the Chicago persuasion. You're gay, Heidi? I never knew it. Say that rich people pay less, even though they pay less than 10% with loopholes now. They make rich people pay as much as I want them to. Oh, no. Well, we got to figure out how to make them pay more. But, you know, again, it's just too much crazy ideology. When we talk about company tax, they're paying property taxes, tax on income for the heads of the company, also tax on each item. So, yeah, it's okay. Well, hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Josh, what's the motherfucking deal, Josh? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
All right, man. But about the topic at hand, then I know I came in late, so man, I know like if you already talked about it, but part of the situation, man, I was glad that I was in that class that I was talking about last day about the situation, and I was gonna say something about it, but then it's like apparently like the teacher didn't even bring up like the chance for leave and like speak on it because they were speaking about some other stupid shit. And we went quickly to the lecture because we had a test coming up soon. So it is what it is. I know I'm gonna get another opportunity about that, but yeah. But as far as like the taxes goes, I mean like there was a situation where parents were claiming that okay, Trump changed tax so to the point where they can't claim the easy stuff that they claimed before, so they can get like a whole lot of money from it. But as far as mine goes, like mine came out to be more than I had last year, so it is what it is. Just waiting for it to come in, and I gotta say one more thing about the job I currently have with being a wreck and stuff. So my thing is this, like I'm learning the job easy and it's coming on good, but it's just like I come in there with our mindset like, okay, everybody not cold, everybody not good, so people gonna be coming in there following every single time they go to the hole, and I'm not a person that's gonna cough on every whistle because it's gonna be looking like I'm one side of this shit. And then today it almost got even worse. Talking about, oh man, like people are talking about, oh man, like he the worst rep ever. He just see this, and turns out I'm the scapegoat because everybody knows everybody, and it makes it harder on me because people that's playing the game that I'm even reffing, I mean, they've been reffing longer than me. So you got them talking to the manager talking about, oh, he don't know what he needs to do, and then they had to take me out and put like another like old buddy in for the game and stuff. So it is what it is. I got paid, but it's just so mine's just going crazy about that shit. But it just is what it is.
Man, fuck it then. Give them what they want. Start blowing the whistle on everybody. Fuck them. They travel. Just double dribble. Blow the whistle on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I know because
you ain't James Harden. Hit everybody.
Nah, because I'm low-key finna do that next week because that was low-key
yeah.
From the first tip of the game and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But so you were saying, you didn't get to have that conversation that you were looking forward to have with those two chicks. I think you said those two chicks or something. Is that the one you were talking about? When you were talking about the smaller situation, that they were saying that they believed him and that they didn't know why you disagreed or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully, definitely. Hopefully, you have that opportunity to do so. So you can find out why. I mean, and make sure you implore as to why they really truly believe it. It is not just an emotional connection, but what facts do they believe that's behind it? Because what I've been seeing a lot is people say, well, you don't know the facts, and the facts say, well, what facts have actually come out on his side? I've yet to see, and that's my thing. I've yet to see any of the things that he says that are facts come out on his side, and there's been nothing. And so that's my deal with that is it looks less likely than likely because everything that's on his side has been hearsay. There has been nothing that he said that has been factual, but people don't want to listen to that. People, once they already have their minds made up, they're going to roll with the way they want to roll. But again, like I say, you have to look, you have to really look at it. But man, he hasn't said it. I mean, everything he said is just bullshit to me. I'm being honest. Like at this point, it means it's just bullshit. Like I try to be as even keeled about it as I could. I've been trying to like, okay, let's see what happens. But the more he talks, the more time passes, the more information comes out. It's just more bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, I think you make sure when they do try to get at you, man. Okay, well tell them, hey, well give me some facts. Give me some facts that happened. You make sure you get in their ass, and then after you swat them down like flies. They're going to feel embarrassed. Make sure you go get the number. You know what I'm saying? After you smash them in class, you can smash them after class. Told them Honcho told you to do it.
Yeah.
Really.
And and the thing about that is like sometimes like I want to do that, but sometimes like I don't because I kind of did that like even because I kind of did that at work after the game because it was like it was telling it was like, man, all you asking and you just knew that, and then like. Because what I did was like I agreed with them. I was like, yeah, I'm ass, yeah, I'm this, yeah, I'm that. And like immediately she stopped talking and just walked away. She was embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, man. Like I say, you got to make people understand why they feel the way that they feel, man. But that's a bet, Josh, man. I appreciate your call there, man.
All right, man.
All right. All right, let me see where we at. see what I'm missing here. Let me see what I miss. What I miss? We was talking about tax. It's Fox 26. So, man, speaking of Fox 26, hold on. Let me see what we got going. Y'all did it. Y'all did it. I saw that, and y'all did it. I blame y'all. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Whoa. Who the fuck was calling me, man?
Candyman, Edman. What's the motherfucking deal, Edman? What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
Man, I feel good right now, dude.
You been doing them drugs, man?
Nah, man. They were just passing the blunt at this party, but
you're doing blunts.
I just took a break outside. I was taking a break outside, you know.
Okay.
And man, this party is packed right now. Like, I had to take a breather because there's so many people there. But I already started grinding on some random chicks. I don't even know who the fuck was touching me, but
those were dudes.
All I know was what
the people, random people touching you were dudes. You might have been dancing on some random chicks, but the people that were touching you were dudes. No, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sitting in my car right now, so like I had to get away from that for a bit because it was too wild.
Okay.
If anyone wants to go, it's near downtown. So let me know if y'all want to go. I have the address. Add me on Snapchat. I'll post all the crazy shit on there. Yeah, just wanted to give y'all like a mid update before I go back in.
Okay. Do the go back in there, do the blunts, take plenty of pictures. Send them to the Denline number so we'll analyze them for approval, and the ones that are appropriate we'll throw into the den and we'll judge them accordingly.
I mean, I could, but I don't know if I'm gonna get doxxed. I'm gonna get my identity is gonna be exposed, and I can't let that happen.
Okay. Yes. Protect yourself. Always be safe. Safety first, then teamwork.
Right, but like right now, I'm trying to hide my. Never mind. I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So, Edman, your situation, it has switched from the latest update was it switched from the promiscuous young lady that you were entertaining thoughts of settling down with to now it's the Asian persuasion, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, my mood changes just like the season, man. And so, right now it's, right now, I'm feeling that Asian mood right now, but in the summer I might feel hot again and might be back to the Latinas, but it is what it is, You just got to roll with whatever you roll with. I don't even know what the fuck you roll with.
So, is it? You said that you had an injury yesterday in the game, right? Or was it yesterday, day before? Yeah,
but I got some treatment, so I feel better now.
What was it? It was an ankle injury?
No, it was a knee injury. Knee to knee contact. Okay. But yeah, I feel good. A couple of drinks kind of helped me a little bit too. So
you haven't been roofing yourself over there, have you?
No, not yet. But if I do, I'll let you know.
No, don't let me know. I'm just well, I want you to enjoy yourself, Edman. Turn up.
And I'll be there in a bit. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, say that again.
I say, turn up. You know, whatever the young kids say these days. Have yourself a good time. Don't drive home under the influence. And if you don't leave with at least 2 numbers that you didn't have that you entered with, you're no longer Ed Man. You become Ed Boy.
No, trust me, I'll get more than 2 numbers.
No, go excuse me.
And I'll prove it by, I'll send you the picture of the evidence, let's just say. Might not be appropriate for the den, but, you know, I think you might be intrigued by it.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens with that. You'll get back to the party, Ed Man. Go enjoy yourself, man.
All right, bet.
All right. Ed Man says that he has more evidence to prove his case than Smollett. Yeah, man, that's what I think sometimes when Ed Man calls in about that guy with the pizza. Let me see. So some things that was being discussed that it went way left. I think you were asking about. I think it was something about Obama. Let me see where I'm at. Chicago politicians to protect Jussie. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. You say we talked about the wall and money flowing to Mexico. Man, it was I don't remember the whole conversation, but I do remember the gist of the conversation. Do I think Obama was a good president? But my thing about Obama was, one, he came off, you know, he was an eloquent speaker, but I think he came off a little soft at times. You know, they ran him up out of Africa. They wasn't having that shit, you know. But again, money talks, bullshit walks. My thing was that, you know, a lot of people were so excited about him, you know, oh, black president, but what did he do for black people? So sometimes I believe the praise was overhyped, and then again, half black. You know, that I think a lot of the praise for him was overhyped. And I don't think he just, again, you know, you talk about, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Just had it on my fucking mind and I fucking forgot. My deal with him, like I say, with him is just like I liked Obama as a figurehead. You know, again, when I talk about it for young children, for younger adults who, you know, they say, because they used to always be the rappers. I mean, I was thinking about today how much I hate rappers. Not that I hate them, you know, I enjoy what they do, but outside of their music, we got to stop listening to rappers. But the fact that he was a figurehead to say, hey, you know, you can, if you work, if you put forth enough effort, you can be whatever you want. So the fact that he countered that old Ice Cube saying that, you know, that we'll never have a black president, that I give him that. But outside of that, I mean, what did he really do? Again, it was the same old line, you know, that gets the Democrats get the black vote, and then nothing ever happens. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me see. This is amazing thing. Yeah, Ed Man out there dropping pills. So they got to start charging for the advice. I'm probably not giving Ed Man any good advice. Let's see. You want to continue through Hillary? Yeah. Beyond, why do you hate Ed Man? Why do you? Cause every time Ed Man calls in, Beyond start going off. I have noticed that. That every time. That sounds like, I don't know, Ed Man. I don't know, man. You might be at a Jussie party. See a couple of rainbows on this flyer here. Ladies free all night, guys free till 11. Huh. Thank you, next. Interesting. That sounds like a gangbang. So, I'm here for the gangbang. Let's see. Take us inside or you're lying. Yeah, I want to hear how the party sounds on the inside. Let's see. I'm catching up with some of the shit you said. That's funny. He be going off every time Edman call in. He goes off. Block Honcho on all platforms. Yes. Block the Honcho. Let's see. I don't know whatever Edman got into. I forgot what Edman was into. I know he said he's doing he was in the engineering or whatever that was. So those come to the park first. Make sure to arrive before 11. Oh, DW, don't worry. There are drink specials. Hit me up for details. I ain't hitting up nobody. God damn it. Craziness. Y'all going in on old Edman. That's not right. Let's see. Headman's a den fixture. Yeah, Headman be calling in with some very interesting calls. Let's see. Where we at? All right, there we go. I'm fuzzed out. Yeah, hold on. All right, there we go. Okay. So, I just had to read everything. I had to get everything caught up to, because if you talk about shit that don't make sense, it take a long time. So you definitely, you sound like Mike Epps on that one stand. He was like, damn, y'all want them jokes back to back to back. I can't take no break. You gotta come on with it. All right, cool. Say Obama and his family made a perfect picture, but it stops there. What kind of animal do they have? You know, who is that? Was the dog? Who had the dog named Bo? You know what I'm saying? Who had the dog named Bo? Man, I saw that. That's what I want to talk about. I did want to talk about that. The T.I. diss track, and I heard part of it. I want to say I seen it on Beyond's page. Let me tell y'all something, man. Again, what a man does with the money he earned, he don't owe nobody shit. Okay? You know, you can't tell anybody what to do with their fucking money. You know, he wasn't with him boxing in the gym. T.I. on this whole fake activist shit, like, T.I. can miss me with that bullshit. T.I. can kiss my ass with that bullshit, because until he starts, like I say, and this is my stance, and I'm going to stick by it until I see it happen. When he starts to denounce all the money that he's earned from all those previous albums where he talked about shooting niggas, selling dope, and pushing this and pushing that, give back all those funds. You trying to tell another man how to spend his money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he's supporting Gucci. That man want to buy Gucci, let that man buy Gucci. If that's what he want to fucking do, he can do whatever the fuck. Like, what kind of gay ass shit is another nigga got to do what I'm doing? Like, that nigga don't. T.I.'s mad because he fucked his bitch got fucked by Mayweather. That's really all the fuck it is, man. That's really all the fuck that shit is. And yeah, T.I. not only acting but looking like Sean King. Interesting. She got a lot of. We'll have to discuss that. Targets is all I'm saying. Very interesting targets. So my deal is this, though, man. My deal is this. Like, I am not a fucking fan. Like, T.I. and Snoop, they own some other shit. Like I said, once your music starts to become irrelevant, once you're not really that artist on that level that you were, now it's something different. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's the motherfucking deal? I gave you power, man. My fault, man. I ain't realize it. I'm over here looking at some of these interesting photos that Edman is sending. No party, but what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again with one more comment, man.
All right, what you got there, Josh?
Yeah, I just remember something. Do you know who's like the biggest troll right now?
Who is that?
Like the most condescending troll I ever seen?
Heidi?
Russell motherfucking Wilson.
No.
And you know why I say that?
And why is that?
Tell me why all throughout today, from 8 a.m. and I don't even be on Twitter like that. I usually check it 2-3 times a day. At AM, I see this dude posting some Happy Valentine's Day buying Sierra G-Wagon, which I don't know why they do that shit. It is what it is. 2, I see them post another picture on Twitter with him, like, himself in his bed talking about, man, like, I'm glad I came in from a long day, man, but just then again, happy Valentine's Day. And then I see another pic talking about, I see another pic seeing him in the bed with Sierra, and Russell Wilson looking tired as shit. Probably Sierra to knock that man down, took his soul or some shit. And now everybody on Twitter is talking about how Russell Wilson is a nice dude, how every man should be like him. Weeks before, like, everybody's calling him a simp. So weeks before, girls calling that man a simp, talking about, oh, like, he a nice dude, and, like, they don't want him. And now it's like, oh, shit, now Russell Wilson like the man now. It's like, it's almost like he just played everybody.
Man, Russell is a simp. That's my story. I'm sticking to you. Ain't selling me. You can't sell me nothing other than Russell Wilson being on some simp shit. You know, but again, he's entitled to live however he want to fucking live. You can do what he want to do, but I'm cool on that, man. Like, that dude Russell Wilson he's far off in left field, you know, playing by himself. Look, man, hey, I tell y'all, I can respect what an athlete does on the field. I can respect what an athlete does on the court. That shit don't make them cool just because they have athletic talent. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't make them cool. A motherfucker ain't cool just because they can rap. They can entertain you. But if you ever just listen to what some of these motherfuckers do, if you ever knew some of these motherfuckers in real life, some of these motherfuckers are whack as shit. Man up, what's the motherfucking deal, man?
No.
And so that's my thing. Like, yeah, I appreciate people for what that talent is that they have. Like, say, if you're a rapper or you're a rap singer or actor or an athlete. But outside of that, when we're talking about reality, it's a lot of these motherfuckers are super suckers. Like, Russell Wilson is that. Like, it is what it is, man. So.
Not just like he's just like a big troll to me because you already about to, like, he goes with this good boy mentality, go to church every day, praise the Lord, like do the Holy Ghost the whole nine, and then all of a sudden on some, well, this my baby, this my dog, this, and like a whole bunch of crazy shit. It's just like, where was that nigga that just came? I don't know. This nigga. Now everybody falling for it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I think I don't know, man. I'm not questioning his integrity. I just question fucking Russell Wilson. I'm a fan of him on the field, off the field. He is L7 square. So that's
yeah, but all right.
All right, John. I appreciate the call, though, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. See, yesterday's show also announced I was black. Did you get the requisite signatures for that one? I think you were short some signatures last time. But here's my deal. Here's my thing. Okay. Talking about T.I., the same shit, you know, talking about, like, right there. We're just talking about squares and the whack motherfuckers. Like, my deal with T.I. Uh-oh. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Well, it's hung up. I hung up. I'm just. All right, Jeremiah. Too much macaroni. Yeah, I saw you saying you was finna crash. Yeah, I mean, it's. Yeah, y'all already know what's going on with that. I have no no comment. So as I was saying about Pornhub premiums for free Valentine's, we still got a few more minutes. Ah, damn, it's over with. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But that was the party goer, the party pimp himself. They're gonna find Ed Man passed out in the car, one hand on the jerkins, the other hand jerking. So yeah, that whole situation, man. Talk about T.I. Talk about T.I. and Snoop and these dudes like this with this shit, man. The reason why T.I. is mad, like, and it's been ever since Mayweather had that situation. Like, here is any metal music. What I gotta think. Like, what is the real definition of metal, and like, what is the difference maybe metal and heavy? Because like I said, I listen to a little. Not a whole lot. It's been a minute, so really. But like I said, I've listened to like Slipknot. I've listened to I want to say it's not Rob Zombie. Who is that? Who is that who sung that White Dracula? Because like I said, I've listened to more classic rock, but then again, I don't know if that, I wouldn't say like 80s, a lot of 80s hair metal bands, like that. That was Rob Zombie? Okay. I was trying to make sure I wasn't tripping. Puddle of Mud. Oh man, I'll tell y'all, I told y'all, I don't know if 335, he probably remembers, but y'all don't know about Ultimate Metal. And Ultimate Metal, that's fucking, you got your metal, got your heavy metal, got your ultimate metal. Okay, so fucking friend of mine, his mom went to a rock concert. We were young, like they used to have a house and then it was separated by a garage, and upstairs in the garage we would go get lit, right? We would get fucking blitzed. I'm talking about NFL blitzed. Get on the game, whatever, we just playing. So one day she comes home from a concert, and some of y'all know what concert it was, but she's talking about, man, that concert, and that phrase I just said, that's what she said. And it was a Nickelback concert, and Nickelback was ultimate metal. So yeah, I don't think that applies, but that whole situation. Yeah, that's what she said. She came from a Nickelback fucking commercial. But a Nickelback commercial, Nickelback concert. So I was like, yeah, we thought that shit was so funny. We used to do that shit all the time. Fucking ultimate metal. So yeah, but of the T.I. thing though, and again, ever since that whole T.I. and Tiny thing, that motherfucker been looking for, like, T.I. just like, I don't know who went and appointed this motherfucker. Like, it must be time for him to pay his dues, for some of those situations that occurred or whatever, because that motherfucker caught some charges and got somewhat what most would consider light time after having several felonies on your record. And so it might be time to pay those dues, and it's time to turn activist, because you notice, once careers start dying, motherfuckers start leaning to that party on the other side and having to, like Jay-Z and Beyonce fucking campaigning for him. I thought that was the dumbest shit ever, but it is what it is. But you know, he tried to come out and check Lil Wayne for some Black Lives Matter shit. Lil Wayne's life ain't. Lil Wayne been rich since he been 9, 10, 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? He been getting money. So his life isn't like yours. His life, he don't know what Black Lives Matter is because he don't. Like, I remember people getting mad about that. He doesn't. He's a rock star, really. I mean, like him or not, he lives the life of a rock star. He's not a rapper. He's on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you ain't lying about that. Man, what's up with Quanell X's face? Every time I see that nigga, that motherfucker looking like it gets wider. That motherfucker looking like a damn manta ray or some shit in the face. But my thing is, so I remember somebody posted a picture of that nigga, so you can't tell me this nigga ain't eating pork. But my thing is, you know, like, worry about your own. You know, what kind of nigga don't give money back to this? Like, who gives a fuck? If you make your money, nobody says you have to give it to anybody. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do with your money. Like, why are you watching that man's pockets? That's like some whack ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's whack as fuck to me. Why are you watching that man? If that man want to go blow a bunch of money in Gucci, if he want to go blow money in the fucking strip club, you know, that's like him saying, well, you spend money in the strip club. Why didn't you take every motherfucking dollar you ever had that you viewed as liquid and go spend it on building some shit? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit kills me. Red S, good night. Thank you for coming through. You have chocolate for a year, cheese for a year. Oh, it's kind of either or. Be honest, I probably eat more cheese on stuff. That's not really saying a whole lot. I probably end up going without the chocolate. I think so. Yeah, there's a difference between cheese and cheese products. So you got to make sure you gotta do it. But yeah, you know, my thing is like T.I. again. You've put out music. Mayweather has never encouraged anyone to go kill, shoot, stab, sell drugs, any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll rewind it over there. But here's my thing. So you talking shit about Mayweather, man, clean your own fucking closet first. Because all your music, everything, your whole brand has been on, I'm gonna fuck a lot of bitches. I'm gonna shoot you up. I'm gonna murder you. I'm a fucking, I'm a drug dealer. I got a bunch of feelings. I'm gonna do all this. Like, you promoted a negative lifestyle for your entire fucking career has been promoting a negative fucking lifestyle. But now you got the gall to try to talk about this man and what he does. Yeah. He wants to act different now because he's not making money off that no more. Now the young kids, they don't want that intelligent or that they don't want no flow. They want some old hibbity bibbity shit. You know what I'm saying? And so now that the motherfuckers don't want that shit no more, now that them albums ain't selling like that no more, now he's a black leader. You know what I'm saying? Now he's CNY Rangers fan 1357. Appreciate you for joining the Friends of the Den. Yeah, T.I.'s ATL legend, but keep that shit in fucking ATL. Ain't Mayweather in Las Vegas or something? Like, let that man mind his own motherfucking business. Like, so that's what kills me. Like, Snoop kills me with this whole, I'm gonna be an activist. You were one of the forefronts of gangster rap. You still eating off that fucking Doggy Style album. You still eating off all them old albums and shit like that. Until y'all say, hey, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want anything to do with that money that I'm making from. Start denouncing that. Take all the money that you're making in royalties from any of that shit and send it all to fucking charities. Say that I don't want nothing to do with that lifestyle. Don't denounce, being a gangster and being all that shit. Then do that. Then holler at me. It will never fucking happen. Mayweather has never told anybody, hey, go get a gun and shoot that nigga. Mayweather has talked shit to his opponents. He talked a little bit of shit to 50 Cent, but he's not out here threatening to be the biggest gangster. He ain't talking about the biggest dope dealer. He ain't talking about none of this stuff. He's just putting his money where he wants to put his money. And what's wrong with that? What you know about, man? Yeah, something like that. What you know about that? Big Gip, yeah, Big Gip was true. Like I say, but it's like, you know, it's real suspect, man. It's like it's why are you worried about what that man? That's all you can say is, what kind of man don't give nothing back to the hood? He ain't doing nothing for nobody. He's still buying Gucci. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck what a man wants to do with his money? If that motherfucker wants to go buy 10 Gucci stores and wear nothing but Gucci because he's entitled to fucking do that, man. You know, it's like, fuck all that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I learned, man. And say learned it the hard way. Not the hard way, but the hood don't love nobody. But yet these motherfuckers won't. If you come up out the hood, you supposed to give back to the hood. Man, you come up and go stay in the hood and see what happened to you. Motherfucker gonna try to clip your ass. That's why all these motherfuckers who do a little something, they go back and what happens? They get killed. They get fucked off by somebody in the hood, you know. That's why I say I ain't like, man, fuck that shit. You look at a motherfucker like Sean Taylor, got up out the hood. Hood came and found him. Still died from some old little hood niggas, you know what I'm saying, on some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just like, who cares, man? Like, who cares? You know, and again, it's just jumping on a cause that sounds good to put his name out there. That's all it is. It's about, like, once these motherfuckers start withering up, they got to start finding shit that they can attach their names to remain relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Wayne, like, that may be your partner, but this is what I say, you know, for you to promote all that gangster shit. Oh, I'm a gangster. You know, the gangster move in silence, right? So you got Lil Wayne's number. So instead of fucking jumping on Instagram, that's the first thing you do and make this whole fucking pair. Why don't you call that man up and say, hey, Wayne, man, you know, hey, we need to chop it up. You know, I feel like this, and this about your situation. You know, we need to discuss, you know, all this other stuff and let's talk about it. But instead, you going out for publicity to people retweeting. That's why I say T.I. lost me with that shit like years ago. He lost me years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. And, you know, you want to push all this other shit. Well, shit, your main artist at one point, you was pushing Iggy Azalea. What's so hood about that? What's keeping it real, you know, about that? It's about getting bread, man. Like, so miss me with that dumb shit, you know. But people, they don't want to hear that about people that they love their music from or that they become enamored with because they feel like they know these motherfuckers and all this other shit. It's like, come on, man. It's like the kids that killed a country singer 12 to 16, taking someone else. Man, I ain't even know a country singer got killed. Damn, I ain't even know nothing about that. Say if you put a crab in the bucket while you fish with another crab in the same bucket, will put them there. Exactly. And that's what it is, man. And that's this fucking mentality. And then what kills me is the one crab, you know, you may be able to escape. Say the one crab does, the other crab is big, man. That crab, he's a motherfucking hoe, because he went a different direction. We couldn't pull him back down, so he owe us something. Like, man, fuck that shit, dog. Fuck that dumb shit. Like, man, look, I'm telling you, man, look, I'm slowly making my way further and further away from my previous situation. I got a long ways to go, but my goal is to get. I'm not in a bad spot now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in a bad area now, but I'm trying to look. I'm trying to get to the other side. I'm trying to be over there by Brooks or something like that, man. I'm trying to make it to the other side. I'm trying to go from one side of town all the way to the other side of 10. You know what I'm saying? And so, and you know where it go down there, and that's my goal. You know, maybe might make a stop downtown. Not sure yet. We're trying to find out. Shit, man, I'm from the East. Yeah, I was stomping out there for a little while, so I got to a bunch of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm making my way back around. I'm going to the other side, man. Fuck all that dumb shit. And you know, yeah, you know, the people who fuck with me, cool. But like I say, as I went through a bunch of shit, as I put out opportunities, like I tell y'all about the business shit all the time, man. You know, and that's why I say that's what really, really hit me. And again, nobody owes me that. Nobody, you know, but I told you, niggas only want to support some old bum ass stupid shit. And then they expect something from you. And I told you, man, I went a different lane, made an app, dog. And this is why I said it. And I tell the story all the time, and I know y'all probably tired of hearing it, but this is why my mind changed, because I come with something different. Ain't no fucking, if I would have made a fucking mixtape, or I'd have made a hood ass clothing line, or been on some old let's do this for the hood shit. No, I'm trying to do some legit shit. And like I say, had a food delivery service. Wasn't that much. I think it was $5 and after so many miles, and then each additional mile or 2 miles, it was we'd add on a certain fee depending on how far it was from the restaurant you wanted to order from. Much more reasonably priced than these services that are out now. Okay. Niggas, I was in black-owned business groups. I was in, pro-black groups and all this other stuff with people from my same area. Put it out there. When they ever fucking with it, didn't hear shit about the shit. Put it in some of the more general groups for all the other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just around town, around that area of town and shit like that. You would have people, I'd have people, it would be white, black, Mexican, whatever, the white Mexican mainly. I had people even first, I don't know about, this, and some of those same people that were doubters, that openly doubted, like I said, it wasn't nobody black that openly, that's a good idea, that openly doubted, they would say, well, I'm going to see what's up. And some of those people became our best customers, you know what I'm saying? People that doubted, once you prove, hey, I'm legit, but it's the niggas who feel like, oh, we was on that same level. I'm on the same shit that he on. I'm on the same, but you're not doing the same shit. They don't want to fuck with you. But now, motherfuckers will openly pay twice as much to use all these other services that fucking exist now. But again, so when I started looking at it like that and seeing them same people that would have those conversations with and all that stuff, never fuck with us, but you open and willing to fuck with these other, man, like I say, man, fuck all that whole super pro black movement, all that other fucking shit, man. Look, I'm finna get it however I get it, and I fuck with people who support me, and that's why I look at shit. I'm not like I say, I support black business, but I support quality business first. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is, man. Say one of a Rhythm Spoons. How would you charge for a Rhythm Spoons? Would you rent by, like, is it a time frame? I mean, like, how would you do it? Like every 15 minutes or something like that? Like how would you do it? How would it work? The food is free. Rhythm Spoon. Cole was determined to get that shit shaking, man. But so I'm blurred out and shit. So like I say, that's why I say a lot of things, experiences changed my life. A lot of people operate off theories and these ideologies that sound good. And then when you get out there and you really have some experiences, you're like, oh damn, this didn't go the way I thought it would, or this situation did go. And so that's when I started realizing stuff, man. Because like I say, I used to have that super pro black mentality and all of this stuff. But then when I started looking at our customers, and I started looking at how people responded and how people treated, like I say, me, the dude with dreads and tall and fucking tattoos and all that shit, they're visible and all that other shit. They didn't treat me funny. I'm going into very nice neighborhoods, and man, I love this, been recommended, and hey, you know what, this and this, and they supported. But the people who look like me, I want to say maybe 1, 2 at the most, that I can recall. And that took a while before that ever even happened. Well, it was what it was. And then again, get little funky attitudes out of them. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Yeah, I got a couple. I want to get some more. I ain't got some in a while. I need to get in shape. That is a very therapeutic thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So start your own bit with a mindset of knowing what's about to, and yeah, and that's why I say now that I look at stuff differently, now that I know what's what, I approach it differently. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, I'm gonna get some more. I need to get some more shit. I got some shit across my chest. I got some shit up here. I got some shit on my arm, shit across my back. I need to get some more shit though. I want to get I just like, cause I mean, it's therapeutic, man. Like that pain feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like the pain from, people say, oh, it hurts so bad, man. Shit, that shit don't hurt. That shit does not hurt. The shit feels, it's like, I don't know, but maybe because I don't release a lot of pain, I guess, in other ways. But it's like therapy. You know what I'm saying? Bow Wow Senior. Nah. When we start getting a consistent When we start getting a consistent 100 in the den, maybe I'll show off. So that'll give me time to get back in shape, so I ain't showing off some old man titties and shit. But my thing is, you give me a hookup, yeah, man. You know, that's the thing, the hookup mentality. Like, I ain't got no hookups. You're not going to the McDonald's, man. Hook me up, man. Hook me up with a number 7, man. Let me get it. Like, man, I ain't got no hookups, man. I don't got that action no more. You know, it's. I don't want no hookups. I'm gonna support you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna support your business because I know I understand the work it takes for just even a small business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely got to get back in shape for tri-ball. I'm going to be out there. It'll be like 2 minutes in the game. Hold on. Need a timeout. What the hell you talking about, Heidi? I don't even look. I have no fetish but the pain. But not all pain feels good. Just the ink pain, the needle. It feels good. I mean, it's like a de-stressor. So, you know, like I said, I just need to get some more ink. Honcho the bad guy. Yeah, I'm gonna turn into a bad guy. Yeah, and that's why my thing too, man, is see, Heidi touches you and look. Heidi doesn't know I play dirty. Like, I will trip a girl. R. Kelly got a new the new video. That new video. You know, I gotta see what's happening. You know, my thing is, and I agree, man, don't, you know, that's why I say I don't want that. I don't want that support. Don't support me just because I'm black. Don't support me just because I'm this or just, man. Support me because you feel like I'm putting out a quality product. Support me because you actually like what I'm doing. Support me because, you know, it's good. And if it's not good, then that lets me know, hey, okay, I need to work on something. I got to figure something out. I got to improve whatever it is that I'm putting out there and then step it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? So he said closing down the studio. We should network, live here, coordinate, resource, start, change. Man, there's a lot of things I would definitely like to do. And I have to step it up a notch on my behalf because there's definitely a lot of things I want to do. Gaines, where you from, Gaines? You in the Houston area? I'm gonna see where you at. Let me see. But the hunter does not use needles. They said trip little kids when they were safe. Yeah, I probably will trip a little kid. Okay. You're not in NYC? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's happening. On the north side, okay, I'm down. So we're gonna set something up soon, man. Like I say, it's just we're gonna set something up soon. I got to get my schedule according. Making bets on puke time. Man, here's my thing though. See, if I throw up, I'm gonna really be good to go. That shit gonna inspire me and ain't gonna make me tap out. But I appreciate that, Scott, man. Like I say, you know, just like I say, man, I just try to be honest, man, and I try to be as straightforward because when, you know, I watch a lot of other YouTubers and things like that, and then let me see what time. Damn, I didn't even realize we've been going that long. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up here in a bit. But cause I watch a lot of stuff, man, and I look at a lot of people, and I think a lot of people sometimes they have like an agenda to push, and I don't have any agenda. I just got, you know, my experiences, you know, most of the stuff that I'm willing to share, and just being honest because, you know, sometimes I know some of the younger crowd comes through here, and I feel like shit, if anything I say, and you know, I talk a lot of crazy shit, you know, can help somebody out. Repeat the site, the intent or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one I said. I gotta remember. The site, because I don't know, the site that is, I don't know if you're talking about Stay Saucy. That's the merch website, but I definitely got to put some more stuff on there. I'm not sure if that's the site you were talking about, but what's up, Thomas? What's the motherfucking deal? And that's the thing, man. Like I say, I just try to be authentic. Everybody's not going to agree, and I don't expect people to, and I'm glad that people don't, because it's good to get feedback and understanding. Let me see what we got here. Oh, hold on, I'm still logged out. I was wondering what I'm saying. I ain't seeing the damn call. Hold on 1 second. The call thing is logged out. After Ed Mann's incident, I don't know what to think anymore. Yeah, and that's the thing, and I wish it wasn't that way. I wish people would just, were able to be honest and not be pushing some, again, like I say, an agenda. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's going on there, Mr. Honcho? This is your boy, Man Up here.
Man Up, what's the motherfucking deal, man? How you doing this evening?
I can't complain. I just, heard you talking about, what you was doing, how it was working out for you when, you started your business up. I had to chime in on that one. Yeah, like I always say, the same thing happened to me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's unfortunate, man. And why do you think that is, man? Why do you think that kind of situation happens?
I don't know. I just think it's a mentality amongst black people, or things like that thinking that we're supposed to, always be there, hook each other up, stuff like that. Yeah. Even though we could be struggling, only have $5 in our pocket, and a lot of people think we're supposed to give up that $5. Like we just supposed to go starving. Yeah. So I that's what I take out of it, the things that I see and stuff like that. But you are right. People do, always want to hook up and stuff, But one thing I came to the reality of, I started telling people, I said, you know what? You finna go to McDonald's and pay full price for what they got. Why don't you pay full price with me? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna ask them for a hookup. You finna go to wherever you going. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna tell them to hook you up. You know what I'm saying? Give you a discount or nothing like that. So I used to say the same thing, I never told nobody, hey, give me something free or give me a discount, nothing like that. If whatever it is costs $10, $20, and I wanted it, I paid that, however much it was. So, I just came to reality, some people talking about they want to hook up. I said, okay, I'm gone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They ain't getting my business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want your business, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. So I just said, fuck it. Yeah, and but I ain't finna ramble on long, man. Oh, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But the messed up thing about it, though, is that, and even if you did mess around and show somebody, depending on what kind of business you're in, and if you did show somebody love and hook them up, when they go to other people and they talk about your product, if they did or didn't like it or whatever, they going to act like they paid full price. They ain't going to tell nobody that they got to hook up. They going to stun on their end and make it seem like they paid full price. I was supporting his business and, this and this. But they not going to tell you, hey, well, you really showed them some love, or, you gave them a discount or a sample or whatever it may be. And that's why I say people are funny acting, man. And it's unfortunate that they are that way. But it's a lot of people like that. But I agree, man. If motherfuckers start acting for a hookup, you got to be like, hey, look. Unless it's somebody who's been dealing with you for a long time, that has been supporting you, I think that's a different deal. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to ask you for a hookup. You might feel just naturally compelled to say, hey, man, you know what? You've been fucking with me for a minute, man. Here you go. Here's this goal. Here, let me help you out with this or whatever it may be. But with a person, especially the first time they really rocking with you and they want, something for nothing, yeah, that's already a sign of a person who's not going to be a long-term customer anyway. So or they're going to continue to expect that hookup every time they come around. So it's not even going to be worth your while.
That's true, because I'm in it to make money. I'm in it to live for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? To support myself, my family, and everything for the long haul. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I look at it like this here. Guess what? I'm not. If you start to do something, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're selling T-shirts, you selling CDs. Well, it ain't CDs no more, but you know what I mean. Yeah. If you selling if you selling T-shirts, if you selling whatever it is, and I find it interesting, hey, I'm gonna check it out. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, hey man, I know you got something for $20, man, but I only got $5, man. Hook me up. No, man. I'm like, hey, I come back and catch it next time. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. If I'm interested, or whatever the case is. But, people don't do that no more. People just expect, for you to go broke, you to be You know what I'm saying? They expect for you to be down on their level. I'll put it like that. I just look at it like this here. If like you just said, you know, if at the end of the day, guess what? I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, to put a few dollars in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Keep my lights on in my house, put some food on my table, and you know what I'm saying? We all know what it is. That's what you do every time you go somewhere and you spend your money. That's exactly what you're doing. You're supporting someone else to live. That's what you're doing. That just cut to the chase. That's what it is. Exactly. You know, so at the end of the day, guess what? I decided I'm gonna do something for myself because I don't want to, you know, work for someone else for the rest of my life. And people see that and they feel like, okay, you finna start doing better than me. They seem like they got that mindset, so they don't want you doing better than them. They want you to be on that same level as them or worse. Exactly. So when they come out talking about, hey, hook me up or can I get something for free or whatever, I'm like, nah, man, no, I'm not doing this for free. No. You know what I'm saying? If I decide to do it out the kindness of my heart to give you something for free, you know what I'm saying? Like I sent you something, I could get some free. That's just what my choice. Exactly. You know, but I'm not finna just sit here and say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, here you go. No, I'm not finna do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
matter of fact, while you're talking about that, man, we might look. Before I get on this diet again, I may have to holler at you. Let me know what we're gonna have to, because I've been saying I'm finna do, well, not a fast, but I'm gonna get right. I gotta lose a couple of pounds, but you know I might be able to fit a couple more cookies in the mix before that time. You know what I'm saying? but absolutely, man.
Hey, if you want some more, man, just you got the number, man. Just hit me up, and I'll hook you up, man. Yeah, like I said, if I do that, that's my personal choice. But I don't come to me asking for it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first told you about it, you were telling me you'll pay for them. I said, no, I'll hook you up. That was my choice. Yeah. But for someone that just constantly coming at you talking about they ain't finna pay or they ain't gonna pay what you're asking them for it, forget all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm running the business. Exactly. You ain't finna go to McDonald's and got their Big Mac set at what, $8-9 or however much it is, and think you finna get it for $2. You forget that. That ain't finna happen. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. But I ain't gonna ramble on too long, man. But I'll let you, man.
All right, man. I appreciate the call, there, man. Up.
All right, man. You have a good one, there.
All right, you too. Man, you know what we're gonna have to do soon? We're gonna have to may have to have us old school. Man, appreciate the love. Oh, the double super chat love. Thank you, Sarah. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Let me go ahead and come up out the real quick. Oh, I called and everything hung up. My thing is you know, my thing is, like I said, I agree. We might have to see, try to see, maybe get everybody on schedule. See if we might have to get a man up and man things then, or even catch them individually if we can. But we gonna make something happen. I think we need to have a good old school. Cause I want to say, I think didn't all three of us go on one before? I want to say all three of us went on one before. I'm pretty damn sure that we did. But we're going to have to do something like that here in the near future. I think it'll be a real good conversation. I think it'll be a very good conversation. Okay, I know I wasn't tripping. I know back then, I used to smoke a lot. I was firing up the reefer. It's been a while. So, my memory in those days, it could be a little shaky sometimes. Okay, bet. I knew how he was gonna say that. That's why I was trying to be a little bit more cautious on how I said it. I knew Heidi was gonna come with some of that shit. Goddamn Heidi. But yeah, so definitely. Yeah, I think that'll be a good deal. I think it'd be a pretty good deal. Yeah, I knew it. I know. My mind works with German engineering, at least in the pervert department. So I'm an efficient pervert. All right. So I knew it. I knew what was coming. But appreciate the love there, Sarah, man. But here's the deal, you know, it's getting close to about that time. You know, I don't wanna dilute the love too much, man. Hey, let me know when you get action. I'm gonna subscribe, man. Look, I'm tuning in. And that's my thing. Anybody and because I recommend everybody start a channel. Everybody has a personality. Everybody has something that they bring to the table. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, it's the thing. Even if you dropping just one video a month, I'm telling you, it's a thing that everybody should do. That's what they call it, and it hung up. But let me know. Anybody who does, trust me, I ain't no bullshit. If you start channel, I will definitely subscribe. Like that's the least I can do. Like y'all show me love, I definitely show love back. What is contained in the German cookies? I see somebody calling, but it cuts out every time you call. So I don't know if it's I don't think it's past the cutoff time. I'm not sure. Then too, Fred Moncho. That sounds like the shit. Trying to learn Premiere Pro right now. Okay, yeah. Man, I'd be in there willy nilly with that damn Premiere Pro. I've just kind of started like with the last couple of little Den videos. I've just gotten to the point where I'm actually trying to kind of edit properly. Because I honestly do a lot of shit and then set a lot of shit up in OBS prior to, and then just try to knock it all out and just do it while I'm doing it, instead of going back on the back end and setting it like I should. But it comes out much cleaner, and you just have way more, you know, you can just do so much better when you actually do it all through Premiere. I just honestly, sometimes I'd be lazy, or sometimes it'd be a time issue, and so I got to get better with that though. OBS ain't that difficult, man. Let's see if I can find something that can help you out. I'm gonna be dropping something soon, because I've been had a lot of people asking me about, you know, how I operate and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be dropping a little course real soon here on that. But I'll see what I can do to help you out. On that. But yeah. Fragrance reviews for men. Interesting. Fragrance reviews for men. What is the number one fragrance that you recommend for men? But you could use it for recording and stuff too, because I mean, even with the recording, I use OBS. Sex Panther. 60% of the time it works all the time. I've never heard of that one. Let me jot that down. So it's a classic from 1965. So is that a word? Okay. Say Black Suede. Because yeah, I've just kind of been picking up a couple of little things. I want to expand my collection. I've just gotten back into the cologne. But I think cologne is a lost craft. They don't, you know, I don't think people do women still wear perfume as much? Motherfuckers out there smelling like Bath and Body Works and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't worry. I mean, I only spray the cologne around my genitalia. So, you know, she's in for a real treat. If she smells the cologne, she's getting the bone. I fuck with Tim McGraw's cologne. I like Tim McGraw's cologne. Tim McGraw has some nice cologne. You say Creed Aventus. Yeah, matter of fact, let me see something here. Let's stop bullshitting. My fault. Let me mute that. I'm finna check you out right now. I'm finna sub to you so I can check you out. All right, there you go. So you got your new sub fragrance reviews for men. So I'm gonna check you out. That way, so I can be up on the new shit, man. But like I say, man, y'all, you know, if y'all new to this, and if some of y'all been around, y'all know, man, it's all love with me, man. You know, that's my biggest thing. I've been through too much of it, and that's why I think that I don't know, maybe I might come across to certain people, I may come across a certain way, but with me, man, it's all showing love to me, man. That's like all I'm about, because I've been through too much bullshit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, it's Giant Mess.
Giant Mess, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
Yeah, I was just thinking about all the business and tax things that we were talking about earlier, and it's like a lot of people don't realize how much goes into like a multi building corporation like Walmart and things like that. And it's like, you know, every item has a at cost price, and then you have the profit, and then and that profit is what goes into paying you know, the cost of the people that are working there, the lights, the gas, the electricity, or lights and electricity are probably the same. But you know, and think about like places like Myers and Walmart and all these places that have like all them damn refrigerators that are in there. And it's like, that's a lot of money that they're spending on everything, and including, you know, just to keep the business looking at least halfway decent. And plus, you know, trying not to have so many bare walls on their property so that they, you know, they at least look full.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's what a lot of people don't get. You know, they see, you know, that a business, and to them it's thriving, but they're not recognizing the profit margins. They're not recognizing, you know, how a lot of these places are barely surviving. You know, they're barely able to pay employees. They're barely able to thrive, and they're making a small profit on top of that for themselves. Now, some of the bigger brands, yeah, you know, you have some other things going, but and that's what I think a lot of people don't get. So they see that you may have a business, it may be successful, they automatically assume, oh, well, they're eating, they're living good, they're doing really good. But sometimes people just getting by barely by a hair, you know, and people don't realize that. And so I think people just, when you're not aware, when you don't really do business, when you're just mainly a consumer, and some people are shitty consumers also, that they don't really look into why things are the way they are. And it's unfortunate because people always want, you know, they always want, but they don't think about what it takes into what goes into them getting what they want. And again, you know, having stock in store and stuff like that, like you were mentioning, I mean, that's a cost. And so a lot of people, you know, I don't think a lot of people really truly appreciate business for what it is, or, you know, like I see somebody talking about brick and mortar, especially brick and mortar businesses, for what it is. But I agree with you, you know, and people that want the hookups, they don't realize that hookup may be beneficial to them, but they're undermining other areas of that person's business. And so for always asking for that, you know, you're cutting them out. You know, you may be getting helped out, but you're not doing anything for that person. And that's not a way for a business to survive.
Yeah, like I was thinking about with the earnings increase and all that, and it's like, you know, if they keep jumping that every year, I mean, like, look at the people who have, you know, seniority in companies. It's like they're already getting over that, and then you're going to jump them up $5-10, you know, immediately because, you know, the lower fractions are the lower members, you know, the base floor members are trying to get $15, and now you're paying these people a bunch more money as well. And not to mention, you know, like and like with the tax thing, they're saying, oh, well, we pay taxes on business. And it's like, yeah, but you realize that they're not only paying business tax, but if they're making $10 million in and their basic money per like person, they're also paying that, going to be paying that 70%. The company will be paying the 70%. They'll be paying the 70%. It's like you're immediately like taking out half of the profit immediately. So you're going to have to. It's like most of these places are going to have smaller stores because they're not going to be able to fill up the whole store if you know the cost price ain't coming in, and you know, and plus, you know, with people saying, oh, well, we're just going to boycott this store or something like that. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, but if it's one of the minor stores that you're boycotting, all of a sudden you're going to put people out of work.
Quick.
And it's like,
yeah, I agree. But I definitely agree with what you're saying there, John Messer. I appreciate your call there.
All right, take care.
I appreciate it. And I agree, man, that because and what you said about the tax situation. And here's my deal with the tax situation. And then we're gonna wrap it up after I know I was saying it earlier. But here's my deal with the tax situation. Do you really trust the government to manage those funds appropriately, more so than a businessman? Because you know they talking about, well, such and such shouldn't have $100 million yacht. Why not? That's what they make them for. Shit, somebody got to buy the bitch, you know. That keeps somebody else's company in business. Why not? Why the fuck not? Why can't a motherfucker fucking dream, you know? You know, if we keep thinking like you, Heidi, is going to happen fucking tomorrow. We already know how liberal you are. Liberal German. Sex Panther by Odeon. So here's my deal though, man. Here's my deal. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up. But I just want to say, man, I appreciate everybody who has been spending the time, all the new faces, everybody who's fuck the government, exactly. I appreciate everybody who's been coming through, who's been showing love, all the new faces, all the OG faces, everybody who's been fucking with it. Man, I gotta do some work on the site. I gotta clean up some things because some of the price adjustments I have to make because I'll fix everything up. Like I said, I gotta do some work tomorrow. I kind of slacked off today. Oh shit, fucking little one's out of school tomorrow, so we'll fix all that. So yeah, but with that being man, with that being said, I'm not finna go sleep. I'm probably finna I'm finna debate whether or not I need to go fuck with that Far Cry. I probably don't need to fuck with it. But I appreciate y'all. Every night, live, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Central Time, we go live. You know, we'll be at it tomorrow. Hopefully something comes out of this justice, not for Jussie, but justice against Jussie. But again, we'll see what happens, whatever's happening. You know, we'll be talking about it. But with that being said, hey, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Thank you for everybody who called in. Okay, I got to come up with a better closing line. But hey, y'all ain't got to go home. Yeah, but y'all got to get the fuck out of here. I'm out. Y'all still in here? What y'all doing? I'm about to steal and bully everybody pistachio, so be ready for it. It's happening right now.